Okay, just gonna give this a second to populate, and then we should be a-okay to go. If there's anybody in the chat, let me know if all my audio levels are a-okay. If the video game audio is too loud, let me know. If my microphone audio is too loud or too quiet, let me know about that. That would probably help. Alright. And we got 15 watching now. Gonna give it just another 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes these things take a little bit. Let's see. Random Moose Brain says, hey, a live stream. Sup, Kenny? Audio sounds good so far. Everything seems good. Things are good. Audio good. Sounds good to me. Is this Mega Man? No, this is Pulseman. So before the Pokemon company Game Freak was what they were this very small video game company. And they made a few Sega Genesis games, and I'm going to be playing one of those today. Let's see, controls are good, everything there is good. Are you live? Yes, I am live. Faz Tracks 1980. Didn't know that you streamed. I used to do it a lot more, but I haven't been doing videos a lot lately. And I try not to do a video unless I've done, a stream, unless I've done at least one video recently. It just feels weird to be streaming too much, People want the anime videos, they want the lost media. The streams are a nice little bonus, Yes, it was. It was made by Game Freak. Is this a Mega Man clone? Not at all. So, I'll show you what the controls are. So, just like Sonic the Hedgehog, this is a Sega Genesis game, by the way. Just like Sonic, you have a jump button. Left and right moves your character. If you hold the right button or the left button for a long enough time, you will build up this charge of static. And then once you have that static built up, your next attack button will shoot out a little projectile. You can dash, and then it disappears. You can dash forward and back, which will automatically give you a charge. And you've also got a super move that will bounce you around once you've built up a charge on your meter there. So once you're staticky, you can just bounce all over the place. And this is a game that I've been wanting to play to completion for a while now. So hopefully this will work out, and this will be right up your guys' alley. Ridiculously expensive video game, by the way. Don't try and get like a physical copy of this. Oh, don't worry. I'll be streaming for, I want to say, at least a couple of hours, as long as I have it in me. Hey, Kenny, any chance of looking at the more unknown sequels to Space Battleship Yamato? I would like to, but I have to introduce people to Yamato in the first place, and there's a lot of Leiji Matsumoto stuff that I'd like to cover first, so all in due time. Not immediately, but I will cover some of that stuff at some point. Dollar Tree Mega Man. Well, it's the Pokemon company, so this attack here, where he turns into a static ball, that is the Volt Tackle that ended up being Pikachu's main attack in the Pokemon video games. So if you ever wondered where that gigantic ball of electricity comes from in Pokemon, there you go. Will this stream be archived to watch later? Yeah. I'm gonna be curating this playlist that you guys are gonna be able to go backwards through, and hopefully that'll stay up. There won't be any Pulseman music copyright problems or something. I couldn't imagine anybody would care about the music in this game, but stranger things have happened. Thanks a lot for all the Sukeban videos. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching them. I had a lot of fun talking about the Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance. It's one of those shows, I started the video, I said, even fans of the Sukeban genre really don't talk about it, but it was right in there with Sukeban Deka and Hana no Asukagumi as far as, very, very popular J-dramas in the 1980s go. And for some reason, it's kind of fallen by the wayside. I attribute that to a couple of factors. For one, the only way you can own it is this $300 DVD box set, which isn't doing anyone any favors. And the second thing about it is they have aired it on TV in Japan, but their HD version of the series is just completely butchered. What they did was they chopped off the top and the bottom of the image. It used to be 4:3. But they decide to zoom in so you don't have those 4:3 aspect ratio bars. And it really just destroys the aesthetic of the video. I hate it when they zoom in on an old TV show. It just does not look as good. You lose a lot of information on the top and the bottom. What are chances of a Sukeban Renaissance 2011? That's just a thing that's fallen out of style. That's like that's asking for like a hippie revolution or like for greasers to come back. It was just a product of the times, and it ain't probably gonna be coming back anytime soon. Let's see, how'd you get into all this niche media? You seem very well informed on the Japanese language. Are you fluent? Did you live in Japan? If I lived in Japan, I would have a lot more laserdiscs. No. I'm definitely not fluent in Japanese. A lot of the minutia and the nuance of that newer video was helped with a tokusatsu expert who goes by Tokugami on Twitter. And we went through a bunch of Japanese magazines and articles to try and find all of that little trivia that we dug up towards the end about Miho Nakayama and all those idol, all those little bits of idol info. And without him, I probably would have made that like a 10-minute video, but we were able to double it to 20 just because we were insane and we went through a bunch of magazines and periodicals and newspapers and stuff. Because sometimes that's the only way you can really find information on these shows. They don't exactly talk about Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance all that much these days, so you gotta dig a little bit before that happens. Give me a second. I see that there's a super chat there, but I didn't hear any audio for it, so maybe it's about to pop up. Give it a second. If it doesn't pop up, then I'll get back to you in a second. But yeah, it's not easy to find info on some of these things, and that's not like a flex or bragging or anything like that. You don't brag about a video that you built like line by line over the course of like half a year with one guy just as a hobby. There we go. There's a super chat. For some reason I can't hear it though. Can you guys hear the Can you guys hear that? Or maybe, hold on a second. Playback devices. Okay. There's the problem. Okay. So, for some reason, there we go. That should fix my super chat not popping up correctly. Okay, let me go ahead and read what it was. Let's see. Caesarian JPN donated $20. Says, tipping the Sukeban Mad Lad. Well, thank you very much for the donation in these tough times that we're living in. I don't know if you guys have been following the news, but things have been kind of messed up lately. Not able to get gasoline, like the price of lumber is like skyrocketing for some reason. As long as I can still buy food at reasonable prices, I'm okay with that. I don't travel all that much. But it would suck if if import costs like tripled, because there are a lot of videos that I would not be able to do without getting those VHS tapes from Japan. A lot of that stuff just is not available online anywhere. And there were a couple of people in the comments section that were asking me, they're like, Kenny, the show looks amazing. Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance looks like a show I really want to watch. And I've answered a few of those questions. People are like, well, where can I watch this? And I didn't address it in the video because I thought you guys would, put two and two together and just enter the name of the show into YouTube. But it's on YouTube. They're very bad-looking VHS rips, but if you wanted to, you could watch the entire show from beginning to end. I very highly doubt that's ever going to be coming out in English. We got two of the Sukeban Deca movies, and I think that's it in English. So the odds of like an even less known show from that genre, being subtitled officially are basically zero. But you never know. That video might just blow up one day and it'll get like 1 million views. I mean, stranger things have happened. And at that point, you might end up having people that fan sub it, which is what I'm really, really looking forward to if that happens. I was hoping people would subtitle, Hana no Asukagumi, and that never happened, but we do have Shoujo Commando Izumi in English now, so, cross your fingers, you never know. Somebody might pull through and translate all of Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance, which would be, that would make my year. That would be amazing. Okay, so we got a couple more super chats. Let me go ahead and read them out here. Koska52 says, hello, glad you're back. Hey, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Thank you very much for the $5 donation. What else we got here? Nintendo Wii donated $5. Says, I hope for the future we see some reviews of actual classic anime. Keep on going on, Commander. I don't know if you you looked at the community tab recently, but that was one of the options that I put for like what you guys want out of the channel. And I would like to do more regular reviews, like that one that I did on Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko, as an example. That's just a standard video about something that I recommend. But it seems like overwhelmingly that the people that voted want to see more Lost Media. And I understand that. Lost Media has that mystery to it. It's got, it's got that mystique, that spark of... It sparks your imagination to hear when something's lost and, what information that we know about it. But, I'm gonna run out of that stuff eventually. It's not like there's thousands of lost anime out there. There's maybe like, and this is stretching it, like 100 lost anime out there. And I'll try my best, but I'd like to do a little bit more variety stuff. Those Sukeban videos I feel are a good variety of anime trivia in there too. I mean, I didn't put it in the video, but a lot of the writers for Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance ended up working on the anime Cat's Eye. So if you've ever seen Cat's Eye, it's written by the same people. So, it's not an anime, but it's as close to a live-action 80s anime as you're probably gonna get. Okay, hold on there. But yeah, it seems like people just want the anime videos, which is a shame, because I would love to cover some tokusatsu at some point. But I guess I'll just keep it to the retrospectives and the history videos for now. Unless there's some gigantic, outrage where people are like, "How dare you, Kenny? We want a review of Sailor Suit and Machine Gun. Where's the Sailor Suit and Machine Gun video?" I'll probably get around to it eventually, regardless of what you guys want me to do, because I'm basically make these videos for myself, and I have been for years, which I think really is like the best way to go about doing YouTube in the first place. Gotta make a video that you like. If you don't like the videos you're making, then why are you doing it? But yeah, I guess I'll be back to the anime for the next one. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I would like to maybe do like a variety video talking about like lost anime that has been recently found. And I don't know if you follow my Twitter account, because like I know there's a lot of people who hate Twitter, and don't get me wrong, I don't really like it all that much either. However, we did end up finding screenshots of Lava Thunder on the internet that weren't in the video. And after that, we also found, like just recently, like today, we're having somebody translate another magazine article that has a summary of what the story of that anime would have been. So the problem with that is that's just screenshots and a small summary. I'm not one of those channels that's going to drag out an entire video of like 20 minutes long, just going over the minutia of one paragraph of an anime that never came out. But I think like a variety video with like news of things that's been found, things that have been found recently, that might be fun. So you might get something like that out of me. Outside of that, I've got more retrospectives. I would like to do some more magical girl anime stuff, some more mecha. But really, sky's the limit, because I'm trying to be way more active on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen the anime videos on YouTube recently, but there's not a very good variety of anime stuff on YouTube these days. I mean, like seriously, just like type anime into YouTube, I would imagine most of it is like people talking about Attack on Titan and probably like My Hero Academia. Just whatever has aired or is airing recently, and not like again, it's not like a flex or anything, but a lot of the anime channels on YouTube, they're not talking about the stuff that I like, and I like to make videos that I would personally watch. And there's people who have asked me, they're like, Kenny, do you watch the Anime Man? Do you watch Gaguk? Do you watch all these other anime channels? Hold on a second. I love this bit crushed audio. Give me. I missed it. It's only there for a second. Sega Genesis games didn't have a lot of audio capability. But I just don't watch them for a couple of reasons, and the biggest reason is they're not talking about the anime that I want to like learn about. They're basically living like parallel existences, And don't get me wrong, like they're talking about anime, but they're not talking about the anime that I watch. It's like if you've got two different cooks, and one is, you know, specialized in cooking fish, and one person, you know, is specialized in like cooking with bell peppers and stuff. And like, yeah, they're both technically food, and they're both cooks, but you know, they don't overlap. You know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of people who cover just manga and just anime, but I like to talk and learn about the stuff that's a little bit more interesting. You know, that's part of why I like doing the Lost Media videos. You know, I learn a lot from those myself. Let me go ahead and catch up with the super chats. Give me a second here. Okay, recent events. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to look these up. Let me go ahead and just look up the ones that are at the top here. Anthony Donados donated $10, said, I would watch any video you put out regardless of any content you find interesting. Keep up the good work. I'm going to keep trying my best. If I go off the rails, please let me know if I've gone too far. Thank you very much for the $10 donation, Anthony Donato. $5 from Jordan Hudson. Love your videos. Always get excited when a new one comes out. Well, I'm going to be trying to do more videos in the future, so you know, I'm not saying get hype, because you might get disappointed if I end up doing something that isn't a 10 out of 10. But a lot of 8 out of 10 videos coming in the future, at least. Okay. There we go. Nice. Would you be interested in talking about Clamp? What, the animation studio Clamp? Not really. I mean, I know they've done a lot of anime, but nothing specifically stands out. Let's see, Mecha is dying. It's all idols and cute girls doing nerdy things these days. I watched a documentary that some guy put out where they were talking about why the mecha genre died out. And the way he described it is he said that mecha dying is the direct result of Japan running out of money. He said in around 1992, when their bubble economy crashed and basically they ran out of funds to make anime, they lost their hope for the future. So, like, that's a really profound thought in my mind. You know, the reason that mecha doesn't exist the way it used to is people in Japan just aren't as optimistic as they used to be. And I don't want to say it's profound or anything like that, but it's an interesting thought. Mecha isn't dying, but I would say it's stagnated a little bit. You know, you're never gonna get as many mecha series as there used to be, but you know the gunpla and toy industry isn't going to be the way that it was in the 80s and 90s. So, you know, it's still a hobby thing, which in my opinion is what it always should have been. You know, mecha is a hobby for cool people doing cool things. I want Golden Bat to return. I do too. That character is public domain. They should be using him. Let's see. Okay, caught up with all the messages there. Mecha Musume is big. Haven't seen that one. So what would that be, like Mecha Princess or something like that? Old models needed glue. Not all the time. Some of them were pre-cut, but like they definitely needed to be painted. Okay, come on. Which way do I go here? Okay. Ah, this is like a maze of wires. This is an interesting level. Okay, go left, go right, up, nope. Okay, go left. Okay, so that doesn't lead that way. Oh, there we go, got it. Let's see, oh god, let's see, DITF, I don't know what that is. Evangelion kind of broke mecha. Not really, I mean, you know, Evangelion is a pastiche. It's like a combination of a lot of things that Anno was into, and you know, you would be surprised how many different things, you know, are directly related to live-action TV shows from the 1970s and 60s that Anno really liked. Like UFO is a big one that has a big influence on Evangelion. I don't know. Technically, I mean, like, what else came out that year? What was that? 95. You know, Vision of Escaflowne also came out that year. That was a big one, but not as many people talk about that. For some reason, the like fantasy mecha genre is a thing that just did not catch on as much as I would like. And I like Dunbine. I like, basically anything with mecha and knights. Mecha and capes. If you can get me some sort of mechanical robot with a cape, I'm all for that. What else we have here? Another donation. Let me check it here. Roar donated $10. Roar says, "Are you a fan of any modern hand-drawn anime like Redline?" Redline is a fantastic film. It's very pretty. It's not very good for story, but like as a visual movie, it's like fantastic. Music is also really, really good in that. But you're not watching Redline for the story, or at least I didn't. You watch it because it looks physically amazing. A lot of CG anime that they've been releasing recently has been getting maybe slightly better. I watched a few episodes of So I'm a Spider, So What? And it's the same company as Berserk from 2016, and I would say they're getting a little tiny bit better as far as, making CG not look absolutely horrible for TV anime. But it's a learning process for a lot of these studios, and some studios do it well, and some studios don't. I hope that anime never becomes completely 3D one day, because to me, in my heart of hearts, anime, it's got to be 2D. It can be 3D, but 2D is what I prefer. All right, let me go ahead and check out a few more donations here. Bloodtree Force 762 donated 20 Canadian. Bloodtree Force says, do what you want, Kenny. I'm personally a fan of more variety content, similar to Sakura Stardust's Lost Media videos. Also, I'm curious about the anime that you've said can't be watched in English or Japanese in a poll. Well, I'll give you a hint. It's a shoujo series, so it's something from the early 80s that's not available in Japanese or English. You can watch it on YouTube, but it does not. Both English dubs are both English and Japanese dubs of the show are fairly lost. There might be like 1 or 2 episodes of each, and just lost Japanese and English dubs in general have always kind of fascinated me. I hope we find the English version of Dream Dimension Hunter Fandora one of these days, just because it looks like a hilarious mess. So I will be doing videos on English dubs probably at some point. I mean, like those little clips that I've been putting up have been kind of just to gauge interest. If you guys want to learn about that Release the Bees video, it's like, why did Hananoko Lunlun have an English dub like that? It's kind of an interesting story. A lot of these companies were doing anime dubs. They didn't really even know English, and they barely knew Japanese, so a lot of them were done with people that they were just pulling off of the streets, which is kind of funny. But industry was like so much smaller. They didn't have people who even knew what anime was. It was just like, hey, we want to release some Japanese cartoons on VHS. We want to release them in English. Do we know anybody who speaks English? Oh, I know a guy. That's it. Like that was the whole process back then. A lot of the time, that led to some hilarious results. Okay, hold on a second. I will get to the other super chat in a minute here. Let me just get through this wire maze. Hey, there we go. Okay, so what else we got for donations? We got from Stingray24 Iffy. Stingray24 Iffy donated $5 Canadian, says, have you ever played any of the English translated Metal Max games? I think you would enjoy them. I was going to play the Super Famicom version of that for a little while, mostly because the box art, the main character, looked like one of the girls from Dirty Pair. I never got around to it. Those turn-based mecha games, it's not like I hate them or anything, but it's like the older you get, you just don't have the patience for them anymore. You end up playing simple games like Pulseman. But yeah, excellent question. Haven't played it. Ian Payad donated $10, says, let's get a petition started to get a Chargeman Ken remake on the fancy mecha subject. Hold on a second. Gotta wait for this donation message to go by. Okay, on the fancy mecha subject, I think the disparity between having a mecha in a fancy setting is a little weird for a lot of people. I had a review that got copyright struck down for Ryusuke Takahashi's Panzer World Gallant, which is what he did after Armored Trooper Votoms in the 1980s. And the whole plot of that anime was there's a war on planet Earth, and they dig up mecha from the ground. And I always thought that was cool because like the grunt mechs in that anime were like these centaur robots, and all the main mecha were knights with shields and stuff. It was a really cool aesthetic, and they just don't do that anymore for some reason. I would say, you know, under the big umbrella of mecha, there's all sorts of things you can do with the genre. You know, you could have Egyptian mecha, you could have, you know, where's my mecha series based on, like, Universal movie monsters? It's like it doesn't exist. You know, I want a mecha series about, like, a Frankenstein mecha built in a junkyard. Do something like that. Okay, so how am I supposed to be beating this boss here? I'm assuming what I need to do here... It had a thing that popped out that I'm assuming I needed to... Ah, okay, I got hit. But yeah, I think I need to latch onto that to do damage to it. Give me a second to see if I can actually hit this boss or not, and then I will get right back to the Super Chat messages. But yeah, you know, mecha is a genre, just like the magical girl genre is a genre. It's extremely broad. You can basically do anything with it. Yeah. Hold on a second here. Oh, nope. I went in the wrong direction. So I think what I need to do is when that thing comes out of the ground there, I need to use my attack and use it to ram right into the middle of it. So hold on, let me see if I can get this timing right. Okay. Alright, so this should work. Jump over. There we go. Got it. Okay, so that works. At least I know how to fight the boss. Let me see what other Super Chat messages we got. Man, there's a lot of them. Let's see. Another one from Ian. Okay, I guess it's just another $10 donation with the same question. But yeah, I don't know. Chargeman Ken remake. That would be funny. You know, just like, why not, right? It's not like you can make the anime any worse. Let's see. SWY Switchblade. I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. Donated $10 saying, just yeeting money. Keep bringing us weird and interesting media from Japan. Well, that is the plan. Appreciate the donation, Switchblade. Video valets don't... I really need to, like, set these Dr. Volga exploding Chargeman Ken messages to play for a little bit less. Video valets donated 50 ZAR. Don't know what that is, but thanks for the 50 of them. Says, love your videos. Opinions on the Battletech Mech Warrior series. I was thinking about talking about Battletech just a little bit because it kind of segues into God, what was it? It wasn't Aura Battler Dunbine. What am I thinking of? What's the other Ryusuke Takahashi series that he did like in the early 1980s before Votoms? Was it God, now you're making me look this up. Give me a second here. You guys are expecting me to like remember every single anime that ever came out. Let's see. For some reason, there's an initial D character called Ryusuke Takahashi. Oh, sorry. I typed in RYUSUKE Takahashi. There's a guy called Ryusuke Takahashi in initial D for some reason. Okay, let me just look up. Hold on. Votoms. And then from Armored Trooper Votoms, I can click on Ryusuke Takahashi. Let's see. Wandering Sun, no. Cyborg, no. Fang of the Sun Dogram, thank you. Okay, so Fang of the Sun Dogram didn't get released in America, I believe because of a bunch of Battletech stuff. Like, they licensed a bunch of the Battletech toys based around, like, a bunch of random mecha series that they were able to get at the time, and, I believe there's some weirdness to Dogram and Battletech that like prevents them from releasing that in English for some reason, and I've always wanted to look into that. Outside of that, you know, Battletech is this huge, gigantic universe of miniatures and stuff. There was something related to that when I was looking up information on the Lensman video. where somebody was talking about how there's like an outer space version of BattleTech with like Lensman characters in it, and apparently all the Lensmen are like the most broken characters within that entire series. So, you know, I'm aware of it, but I never really followed up on it. Excellent question, by the way. Okay, hold on. I gotta focus, make sure I don't get hit here. There we go. Let me go ahead and pull up another super chat donation. Let's get a petition started on Chargeman Ken. Read that one. Do what you want. I'm personally a fan of the variety content. Well, you know, I make videos basically for me, and if you guys like them, you know, that's cool too. You know, I guess. But yeah, you're not gonna see a video from me that I don't enjoy making. The only one that I kind of don't like is that video that I did on Legend of Hallie, because I called it Legend of Haley, and apparently it was named after Edmund Halley. Halley's Comet is not named after a girl. So I have like this joke in there, or like this observation where I was like, they should have named the main character Haley. Why is her name not Haley? And now it makes me look like an idiot because I don't know anything about comets. Outside of that, I would say all my videos are pretty solid. Maybe the Lensman video, because since that video came out, we have found the majority of the episodes of that series, and it's mostly, you know, from like tape trading circles. There's people who are hunting down like TV recordings from people in Japan in order to archive that series. So, you know, now saying that anime is lost media is now incorrect. It used to be you were able to add annotations to videos in order to make corrections, but now you just have to redo the entire video from beginning to end, which I don't really like, but maybe I'll redo the Lensman video at some point, because that's not lost media anymore. So yeah, thank you very much for the donation. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this, boss. Let me see what's going on with the chat here. Let's see, donations. Let's see, how are you feeling about... Okay, we got another donation that I missed. Young Erusian Officer donated 5R through Super Chat, says, how are your feelings about the Harmony Gold deal with Studio Nue and Big West about Macross? You know, we've had like Macross Blu-rays for like so long, and that's all I wanted. You know, if you haven't seen Macross in HD by now, you know, that it's like, why would you... You know, the whole Harmony Gold thing, like I appreciate where Harmony Gold did back in the day. They were trying to bring anime to America. They brought a lot of stuff that is still actually stuck on VHS that would not even have been fan subtitled. And like, I appreciate that, but like they're doing all sorts of weird stuff, and you know, thankfully I'm not like a huge fan of Macross, or I would probably be really upset. People have been telling me I should do a video on Harmony Gold. I kind of feel like it's been covered a little bit too much, but you never know. I might cover all of their shady dealings that they've been doing over the years, because they're basically like a like a realty company, right? Don't they like sell houses now? I've talked about this on stream before. But yeah, they're just basically like a rights holding company now. So anything that they're doing in regards to modern anime is news to me. What else we got here? Let's see here. What do you think that is missing from modern anime? I would say the number one thing missing from modern anime is time. If you look at something like Overlord Season 1 was basically okay from 2015. They made Overlord Season 2. They used the budget of 2 seasons worth of anime to make a 1 season worth of anime to make 2 seasons. So they released like Overlord Season 2 and 3 in the exact same year. And like you can tell, they don't have the money to properly flesh out these series. You know, basically all these isekai anime that are really popular right now, they're either, you know, truncated or they're too short, and they just they don't give them any time to breathe. Again, that anime, you know, So I'm a Spider, So What, skips over just tons and tons of like exposition and character development from that light novel series. And a lot of these modern anime would benefit from just having like a couple extra episodes. And I don't know if it's lack of talent or probably just lack of money. There's just probably just not enough money in the industry in order to make like a full adaptation of all these manga and all these light novels that they used to do back in the day. But they're just, I don't know, like anime has basically always been an advertisement for some movie or for some manga. I mean, you even look at stuff that everybody loves like Kaiji, and Kaiji only has 2 seasons because they were doing 2 live action movies at the time. So, you know, it is what it is. You just gotta appreciate things for what they are. But yeah, I would say it's a combination of lack of talent, lack of money, and lack of time. They're not giving these series enough time to breathe, and the people that are working on them are doing them very, very quickly. And I don't like to throw the word soulless around, because, you know, it's very easy to just, like, say modern anime is soulless and be like, hey, you know, all modern anime sucks, and it doesn't. You know, it's you know, people act like all old anime was like 100% perfect, and there's tons of old anime, as evidenced by Chargeman Ken, that is just absolutely horrible. You know, people like to pick and choose, and really, that's what you gotta do with modern anime too. There's all sorts. I don't watch a lot of modern anime because it doesn't feel like they make it for me. But I would say there's probably some good stuff coming out. You know, you just gotta dig maybe a little bit harder for it. So to answer your question, probably money, and they're not giving these studios enough episodes to fully cover the series. You know. Okay, give me a second here. I'm just trying to beat this boss so I can actually read the chat. Okay. Alright, come on. Whoop. Got it. That should be the end of that boss right there. Alright, what other messages we got here? TJ, the squishy Lego maniac, donated $5 through Super Chat, says, what are some dystopian world city anime with English dubs that you would recommend? Dystopian world, man, that's a very broad question. You know, when you put me on the spot like that, I can't think of any. Honestly, a lot of old anime was like that. Just choose something at random. A lot of people ask me for recommendations, and what I default to is just start picking up stuff at random off of YouTube. I mean, it's no joke. There are a lot of OVAs that are in like legal limbo that have just been sitting on YouTube for like over a decade, you know? Like you could watch Space Family Carl Vincent right now. It's been sitting on YouTube probably for like 10 years. And, you know, it's free, and nobody's ever gonna take it down because like nobody cares about that property. So like if you want to get into any older anime, honestly, just start watching random stuff. That's how I've been doing a lot of my videos. I just choose something at random. It doesn't always work, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't cost you anything, so that's cool. Another good way to watch anime for free, what else is there? There's Retro Crush, I guess. You know, they're streaming anime completely subtitled and, like, officially translated on their website. It's got ads, but other than that, I'm pretty sure it's free. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard good things about Retro Crush. Okay, let me see if I can get through here. Let's pause this. What else we got for other questions here? Let's see, King John. Let's see, Video Valets. Let's see, just the Eating Money. Have I ever played the English translated Metal Max? Mecha isn't dying. There's about 23 mecha anime coming out this year alone. Yeah, like I said, it's not dying. It's just when people think of mecha, for some reason they think of like super robots. You know, if something doesn't look like Voltron, you know, Americans, for some reason, they think it's not mecha. And that's, you know, it's all just down to perception, I would say. If you ask the you know, the normal people who watch anime, or just people in general, what their favorite mecha anime would be, most people probably wouldn't even be able to name really any mecha anime outside of, like, maybe Evangelion and maybe Astro Boy, I guess everybody knows what that is, but it's like that's the same stuff from like the 1960s and the 90s that people have known about. Yeah, I don't really know how you would fix it. You know, I'm trying. I'll try and cover more mecha anime in the future. Maybe that'll raise awareness for some series that people should have seen by now. And it's not always going to be like good mecha anime either, but I will try my best to do more recommendations in the future. Okay, what else we got going on over here? And alright, I think I'm caught up with the super chats. How old should a retro anime be to consider as on 20 plus years? You know, a lot of people don't even talk about anime that are older than I would say about 7 years. And as evidenced by that, maybe I shouldn't be judging all anime fans just on YouTube results, but like, just if you type anime into YouTube, I would say most people forget about what they just watched after like a year or so. You know, that could just be all the like Shonen Jump stuff kind of flooding the results. But that's the vibe and the feeling that I get from a lot of anime fans. Okay, pause this. Go down here. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's not going to work. All right, I have to have a charge built up. All right, there we go. Now I have a charge. Now I got to go to here. Go to here. I got to wait for these platforms to line up. And then I have to jump into... There. Got it. One up. I'm a video game pro. I'm so good at video games. Another $5 donation from Doug McCool. Love your channel. Make as much as you can. I plan to be doing more videos in the future. I'm not planning on having like 1 million subscribers one day, but you know, that's the dream. You know, if I could do what I love and reach people, that would be fantastic. So, you know, as long as people are still responding positively to the videos, and I don't like mess up majorly for some reason, I'll just keep doing videos. I was doing it anyway, so may as well, right? Let's see, most Arab viewers would add Grendizer as among their favorite anime. Yeah, everybody. Wasn't it called like Goldorak in that region, or am I thinking of something? Am I thinking of something else? But yeah, I will probably cover that series at some point. There was like a cafe in, I think it was like Dubai, that had this gigantic mural of Grendizer on it. And, you know, I wish I could find it. It would probably take me a really long time to find that mural. But yeah, there's certain parts of the world that love Grendizer. And it's a good show, don't get me wrong. It's just feels kind of weird because it's like connected to like Majinga Z and all these other shows, and like it did not do well in Japan. And even the guy who created it was like, yeah, I don't know why people like Grendizer so much. It's amazing that people love it, but you know, it's news to me. It didn't do well in Japan. We have no idea why you guys like it so much, but you know, it's cool that there's all these people from different countries that grew up with different anime. Like, we didn't get a lot of magical girl anime or mecha in America, as an example. But like, you ask people what their favorite anime were in a lot of countries, and they'll be like, oh, you know, I grew up with Candy Candy. I grew up with Lun Lun the Flower Angel. I grew up with you know, there's some people who had like black and white anime, like Sally the Witch growing up, and even some people, you know, watched stuff like Golden Bat growing up. So it just depends on where you are. You know, not every country got every single anime. But that's part of the history of it that I like looking into. Sailor Moon was popular in Canada. It had a doll line before the US did. That's a little interesting bit of trivia. I feel like everybody's seen Sailor Moon by now. You know, like, who's talking about... Like, there's other magical girls. Who's talking about Chappie the Witch, or Miracle Girl Limit-chan, or, like, Sarutobi Etchan. Like, nobody's talking about, like, all these other magical girls from the 70s. Like, even like, Cutie Honey. I feel like nobody really knows who Cutie Honey is, which is kind of odd in my opinion. Maybe I'll do a retrospective on Cutie Honey one of these days. Where am I supposed to be going? Give me a second here. Okay, bounce this way. Okay, pause. Okay, hold on a second. Just double checking something real quick. Get back to you in a second. Let's see. Okay, so that was a subscriber. Okay, good. The stream reminder to cover Ginga Sengoku Gunyuden Rai. I'm not gonna do the video just because you keep asking me to do the video every single time. If anything, I'll just purposely not do it out of spite. That's the kind of person I am, okay? Let's see. Are there any Japanese myths from hundreds of years ago that are like magical girl anime? Probably. There's a lot of Japanese myths. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Japanese girl yokai at this point already. Okay, now how do I... Wait. Okay, so that was a secret area, I think? Some of these are like fake walls and you can go through them, but that was not one of them. There we go. Okay, go through here. Alright, give me a second. Timing was off. Alright, I gotta jump up here. Got it. Alright, let me get some water. Give me a second here. Why doesn't anybody talk about Saint Tail, the anime? It's anime back when, by the way. I've got the VHS tapes for Saint Tail. They never released the entire series on VHS in America. They released, like, I want to say 3 VHS tapes, and then they released the rest of that show on DVD, right? So now, if you want to watch Saint Tail in English, you go on eBay, you type in Saint Tail DVD, and it's like a $500 DVD box set because like Tokyo Pop released no copies of it. Yeah, they did release it on DVD, but like I was buying it on VHS, and then they never released the rest of the series. Yeah, there's a couple of series like that, like Yu Yu Hakusho, for example. You can get almost all of it on VHS, but I think like the very last arc, they were just like, yeah, we're not doing this on VHS anymore. So like I can't own that whole series with a bunch of cool, you know, spine art box sets, which is you know, it's annoying when you're missing like just the very, very tail end of a series. Okay, hold on. There. Oh, so close. Just have a few more of these got to break through. Okay. Come on. There we go. Got it. Saber Marionette J and Sorcerer Hunters are 2 of my favorite forgotten series. People don't talk about Saber Marionette J, like, at all. You know, they talk about the art style a little bit, because that, you know, the creator of that series has a very specific way of drawing faces, but, like, other than that, like, nobody talks about Saber Marionette J. There's a lot of really long series like that from the 90s that just seem to be completely, you know, forgotten. And, like, everybody just keeps, like, defaulting to Slayers, you know? It's like, oh, hey, I watched Slayers when I was a kid. It's like, oh, I watched Saber Marionette J. I don't know what that is. I don't know, maybe that's gotta be a video at some point. That's Lots Money. That Lots Money. Yeah, the DVD box set for that show is just ridiculous. Okay, give me a second here. You know what's funny, you mentioned Kimagure Orange Road in my newest video on the Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance. Would you like to know what anime they aired right after Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance? It was Kimagure Orange Road. So, it aired, I think, at like 8 p.m. on a Monday, and right after Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance finished airing, in its time slot, they put Kimagure Orange Road. So, you know, it's not an anime, but it was airing in the exact same time slot as anime. Watching it right now, it's fun. It has a really, really long intro. Okay, can I hit this guy? There we go. Come on. Come on. Up. If I get hit one more time. Come on. See, that's the problem. When I jump, to hit him. For some reason, like, Pulseman controls kind of like Mega Man, where he doesn't have any... It's not like Mario, where you can control your momentum in the middle of the air. Like, you have to be committed to all of your jumps, so if you jump at the boss, you will jump into him as you're attacking, which is not the way to go about doing this. There we go. Okay, come on. Down, down. Okay, left. Right, I think I'm doing damage to him. He is blinking. I repeat, he is blinking. I must be doing something here. Got him. Okay, why was the voice acting really bad in the early Mega Man PlayStation games? Probably because they didn't care. They just hired the cheapest person they possibly could in order to dub that into English. Why is any voice acting bad? Because they don't care. They don't pay people who know how to talk. Bonus stage. 1990s was the best decade for anime openings. And again, like, there's a lot of really good, like, modern anime openings, too. It's just, you know, you gotta pick and choose what you like. You know, it's easy to say that, like anime openings were best in the 70s or they were best in the early 2000s. But, it really is a series-by-series basis. Have you watched Neo Ranga? Nope. Let's see, you mean Sonic. Ghost Stories has a pretty good dub. Let's see, I remember watching Ronin Warriors and getting so pumped about it. Nintendo says they were probably recorded in either Hong Kong or they used native English speakers to record it in Japan. Japanese studios are kind of crazy about some of their voice actors. As an example, and I know it's not anime, but since we're playing Sega Genesis games, I may as well talk about it. The voice actors for the characters in Shenmue on the Sega Dreamcast, Sega, for some crazy reason, when they wanted voice actors, they said, don't look for voice actors that are good at voice acting. We want voice actors that look like the characters. So they spent all this money, presumably for like promotional material, to hire people that looked like Ryo to voice the character, and it makes like no sense. So if you wonder why the voice acting in Shenmue is so weird, it's because they weren't looking for people who spoke really good English. They were looking for people who looked like the characters that they were voice acting. I don't know why. It's just what they did. Let's see. James Hampton says, "Hey Kenny, oh yeah, how's it going?" Okay, come on. So now this to me looks like a false floor, and I don't know how I would get down there. Can I attack there? Nah. I like Dogram compilation released after the series ended, made in the style of a political war documentary. They've done a couple of those. They did something similar like that for Panzer World Gallant, where they took basically they cut all the fat out of the series, and then they made a bunch of movies. They've done that with Gundam also, but then you end up missing that amazing episode about how important it is to have salt. You know, you gotta have the salt episodes, so I prefer to not watch the movies. Have you ever seen, Haku Jaden from 1958? It was the full-color anime. The first full-color anime Digiview Productions released it in 1961 on DVD. I haven't. I know the first TV series that was in color was it was by the company that made Chargeman Ken, and I'm blanking on the name right now. Was it Astro Ganger? I believe Astro Ganger was the first color TV series, but I could be wrong. As far as the first color anime movie, no, I haven't seen that. But I have seen Astro Ganger, and Astro Ganger is amazing. Let's see, Knack Studios, yes. I'm worried about the Forklift Simulator anime. You know, operating a forklift, you know, it ain't easy. You can't even get a job these days. You know, it doesn't matter how forklift certified you are. There's nobody hiring. Okay, go this way. Pause. Let's see. Robib donated $2. Says, "Can you pronounce my friend Ayit Dapupu's name?" Sure, fine. Ayit Dapupu. Great. Awesome. Go ahead and remix that into like a million YouTube poops of me saying a thing that I normally would not say. I don't care, man. It was $2. As easy as $2 I ever made. Say something stupid. I believe Pulseman's move is called the Voltecker. Yeah, well, Voltecker is very close to like Volt Tackle. So, like, people theorize that the Pikachu move, where he turns into a gigantic ball of electricity and rams into people, is like named after this. So, I mean, it's the same company. It makes perfect sense. Don't see why it wouldn't. Let's see. Have you watched? Let's see. Volteca, like from Tekkaman Blade. Yeah, but like well, I guess technically it could be a reference to Tekkaman. You know, it's hard to say. I think this came out, what was it, 1994? And when did Tekkaman Blade come out? Because like all the Pokemon designs are like based off of things. You got like Staryu and Starmie sound like Ultraman. You got all the Kaiju Pokemon. You've got I mean, there's just tons of like old school Japanese media references that all over Game Freak stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if that actually is a Tekkaman Blade reference first, and then they repurposed it into a Pokemon thing. Oh my god, I hate this thing. Alright, hold on. Jump, jump, go this way. Got it. Okay. Bounce off this. Okay. Ah! Alright, come on. Got it. Alright, whew. How do you feel about some fansub groups stopping projects after receiving a cease and desist from Toei after some idiot mentions them to one of Sentai's producers? Well, you know, if you're gonna get like sued by some anime company, you can't blame these people for not fansubbing anime. You know, it sucks because a lot of these shows are probably never gonna get released in English in the first place. But you know, you never know. Stranger things have happened, so. I understand where they're coming from. It's stupid that happens that way, but you know, that's why older anime is kind of cool, because you know there's not too many people into it, and a lot of that stuff just stays within very small groups. But yeah, I guess every once in a while something like that does happen. I don't know of any specific examples, but I believe it. It sounds true. Okay, come on. Alright, so that's not gonna work. Alright, come on. That didn't work either. What is the angle that I need in order to do this? No, that didn't work. Maybe from down here? Well, I beat that enemy at least. Ah. Okay, come on. Got it. Okay, so I just need to use it midair. Oh, you can stand on these. I was an idiot. I thought these gears damaged you, which was why I was doing that. Amazing. Well, you know, when you haven't played a video game in a while, you don't always remember every single thing about it. Okay, come on. Alright, a little bit further. Okay. Attack this thing up here. Alright, and we got another donation. 50 Mex... Let's see, MX. So I'm assuming that's 50 Mexican dollars. Let's see, Josue Morales Dominguez. I hope I'm not butchering that. Donated 50. Says, just want to say hi and recommend the manga-splaining podcast to the good people of the Kenny stream. Well, I've never seen the manga-splaining podcast, but I'll take your word for it. Most of my subscribers are pretty cool. I've never seen somebody recommend like a podcast or a website or a blog from one of these streams and had it end up being like some horrible thing. So odds are you're probably in good hands. But again, just disclaimer, I have no idea if that podcast is good or not, so maybe check it out. Thank you very much for the donation. Okay, come on. How's this work? Okay. Charge. Go up here. How am I supposed to get past these gears? Okay. Maybe right. Okay, I think I have to use that right at the end of those gears. And then maybe... Man. Okay. So this is like the tutorial area. This is the part of the game that they don't want you to not know how to do this stuff. There we go. Okay. And up there. Got it. Whew. That was a little harder than I thought it would be. Let's see. Yo, Kenster, what's your favorite mecha robot? Mecha robot. So like a combination half mecha, half robot. I guess Cheyenne from Dragon's Heaven, but especially Giant Gorg. And maybe the main robot from Tetsujin 28. That's like a genre mecha that most people kind of ignore. The ones that are like partially controlled by a pilot. I would consider those mecha robots. Okay. And basically everything in Video Warrior Laserion just as a guilty pleasure. Okay. Hold on, what's on the right here? Please tell me that's a 1-up over here. Alright. That's something at least. Okay, come on. Go up this way. Hold on, I'll read the chat in a second. Alright. I just want to get to the top of this thing here. Alright. What do we got in the chat? I've yet to watch Tetsujin 28. I've heard about it, though. There's like a, I want to say 2004 series that holds up pretty well. I would recommend that one if you want to start with it. Otherwise, you gotta go through like the black and white series, which is not something you want to do. Martigen donated $3. Says, "Have you seen Kenya Boy? It gets crazy." Hold on a second. Haven't seen Kenya Boy. It gets crazy later on, like most 80s OVAs. God, Kenya Boy. That doesn't sound familiar. Let me just refresh my memory. It's got my name right in there. So, let's see. Kenya Boy anime. No. But this looks right up my alley. So what, is this like a Tarzan anime? Because I've seen, I don't know if you've seen, like, Shonen Jump's, Tar-chan, but Shonen Jump had a whole series about, like Tarzan as the main character, like, way before any of the Shonen Jump stuff that most people are familiar with. And, that's the vibe that I get from that. But I will look into that right after the stream. That looks interesting. But yeah, Kenya Boy. I have never seen that. Looks interesting. You can kind of tell if an anime is interesting from a glance. Like, just looking at Google images of Kenya Boy, like, nothing, modern looks like that. They're not going to make an anime that looks even, like, vaguely similar to that these days. I'm looking at a poster. They've got a poster of the main character with a girl riding a gigantic python. That looks fantastic. Yeah, definitely writing that one down. Thank you for the recommendation and for the donation. Ah! How is it ladybugs are Pulseman's, like, #1 weakness? Okay. See if I can go this way. I don't really like these maze levels, but It's not that they're hard, but mazes always take a while. And you gotta time everything just perfectly in order to get up these areas. Hopefully I'm not going like backwards by accident. That would not be something I want to do. Because it's like this should, yeah, there we go. That should be the end of the level there, or at least into the new area. Okay, pause. Let me go ahead and read the chat. What else we got for a donation? Ross Wolf donated $5. If you were given a studio to make any anime what you wanted, what kind of anime would it be? Probably something episodic about traveling, like Kino's Journey or Galaxy Express 39 or Mushishi. Just some wandering character going from town to town, learning a little tiny lesson and moving on. Those are the series that I like, the easily digestible kind of episodic anime. I like The Laughing Salesman and I guess the Twilight Zone by extension for the same reasons. A lot of that has fallen out of style. Everybody wants a gigantic story. And me, I just want to watch anime for like 20 minutes and then take a break and do something else. Okay, following this. Okay, which way am I supposed to be going here? Okay. Whoop. Jump here, jump there. So this is what the inside of the internet looks like, by the way. If you guys don't know what computers look like, you know, this is it. Okay. Go this way. Almost. A little bit further. Okay. I wonder how I was supposed to get that power up earlier. Doesn't matter, I guess. Oh, there we go, 1 up. I will get to the super chats in a second. Alright. Alright, pause. Oh wait, I can't pause this, because, okay, now I can pause. It's a boss room, so there's a boss coming up. Mike says for $5, Mike donates 5, says 2 dubs that are better than subtitled Manga Entertainment Street Fighter 2 movie and Space Adventure Cobra, superior because they changed the music. You don't like the music for Space Adventure Cobra, or are you talking about how Street Fighter 2 has like Alice in Chains music in it? You know, I don't mind that. Sometimes I'll watch something in English just because it's like a different way to experience an anime. You know, nobody's gonna watch Mad Bull 34 in Japanese if given the option, because the English version is just so much better, but sometimes you want a little bit of a change of pace. You switch it to the Japanese version or the other way around. Danny donated $5, says it's been a while. You're ready for JoJo Part 6 and hope all is well. Well, JoJo Part 6 is set in best state in the United States in Florida. So, you know, I think is it set in Miami? You know, it would be amazing if JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 was set in Fort Lauderdale, but I don't think it is. It's probably, if it had to be somewhere, like, they mentioned Disney World, I think, a couple of times in that manga, but yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just glad they adapted Part 4. You know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 was the only part that I really cared about watching, and, like, all the parts are great, don't get me wrong, but, like, the manga exists. You don't need anime versions of any of this stuff. But everything after this is like a bonus now. So yeah, things are going okay. I'm trying to do the whole YouTube thing more often now, because the job situation out there is kind of dire. I don't know, like, canned food is starting to go up in price, which is really, really starting to worry me, but I wonder how you dodge that attack. I'm assuming right there I need the Volt Tackle to go through it. But, man, I wonder. See, because, like, I don't want to attack it now, right? Because, like, if I do, it might... Alright, hold on. Can I hit it now or not? Okay, hold on. Okay. But yeah, thanks for the donation, Dan. I appreciate it, my man. Okay, come on. Okay, so is this where I use the Volt Tackle? All right, there we go. I was able to dodge the attack. So when it has that form to it, if I don't have the charge attack to barrel through the damage, I don't think there's any way for me to actually hit it. Up. Okay. Damn. Okay. I'm getting a little bit better at it. Hopefully this game has continues. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna end up switching stuff. Let's see. Continue 5. All right. Do I have to restart the level? Hopefully I don't, but yeah, I have to restart the level. All right. I've got enough practice on that level already. I'll give it another shot. If it doesn't go through, then I'll switch up the games. Oh, good. It does start you on the boss. Thank God. Okay, I didn't learn anything. Okay, what do you think of Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan? What the Rohan spinoff? I haven't read it. It gave me Phantom Blood feelings and Laughing Salesman and left me wanting more. Great Samurai Pizza Cat game. There is one for like the Famicom. I don't think there are. Have I learned any lesson at all? No one learns anything. That's the lesson to learn from anime. Imagine the SV2 lads watching the Dominion girls brutalize street rats. Okay. Right. Okay. See, here's the thing. I don't think you can damage it with the projectiles. Because I've tried to hit it with the projectiles a couple of times. And I don't know, maybe I can. Or maybe just like certain forms of it can be hit by that or not. I don't know. Alright, come on. Alright. Uh-oh. Okay. Now I have the charge attack. Okay. See, I can't attack it when it looks like this. You gotta be patient with these older video games. You know, a lot of them were made basically to be played like 100,000 times. So, you know, they weren't as forgiving as a lot of the modern stuff. Okay. Okay. Charge attack. Okay. Jump over it. Okay. Come on. Alright. Okay, I wasn't able to hide there. Alright. Come on. It's gotta be close to dying. It's gotta be. This reminds me a lot of Seven Force on Gunstar Heroes. If you've ever played Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Genesis, that boss had, I want to say, at least 7 forms. And that's what this feels like. Stage clear. Alright, beat the boss. Let me catch up with the super chat. Give me a second here. Cyclops Productions donated 5 through super chat saying, an old school mecha, the Tetsujin 28 sequel, New Adventures of Gigantor in English. Okay. Come on. How am I supposed to get in there? Hold on. There we go. Oh, come on. Jump in. This is a lot harder than it seems. I know this is just a bonus game, and it doesn't really matter if you do well in these. But I always feel bad when I'm not able to do perfectly on a bonus game. Jacob Ellinger donated $5 through Super Chat, says, remember the last time you did one of these streams and I mentioned an anime? So I'm a so what? You brought it up now and it's actually out? Yeah, that anime isn't very good. You know, I'm sorry to say, but I watched all the episodes of, you know, So I'm a Spider, So What? Because I liked the idea and I liked the manga, and like 50% of the time, it's not about the spider. The name of the anime is I Am a Spider, And 50% of the time, the spider is not in the show. It's bland. It's false advertising, is what that is. However, the manga is still pretty good. So at least I got that out of it. And like I said, they just don't give these anime any time to breathe. They're going so fast, and they're introducing so many characters that they're just not paced correctly. Okay, hold on. How do I get up here? Got it. Alright, let me go ahead and see what else. Mike said go to town, learn something new like Golden Boy. Yeah, Golden Boy's a good anime. Have you seen the prices of the VHS tapes? I want to say to get Golden Boy on VHS, it's like at least $30 per tape now. Thankfully I already have that, but God, like if you had told me that Golden Boy was going to be that expensive, I don't think I would have believed you. Like, who even has a VCR anymore besides me? Okay, let's go this way. Alright, we got another donation. Jacob Ellinger donated $5, says, you never read the light novel then? I didn't. I read the manga for So I'm a Spider, So What, which is still being serialized, and I think it's pretty good. It's a little wordy. They do go over a lot of the power-ups and stuff, are just gigantic walls of text. But I thought it was way, way, way better than the anime. I stopped watching the anime, and I was like, this is a complete waste of time. Like, not only is it CG, which doesn't look very good, but it's just not properly paced. It's just not. It's not a well-made anime. What can I tell you? And you have that same problem with Overlord. They just don't have enough episodes to properly adapt that stuff. Okay, come on. There we go. What is that? I don't know what that is. What did that do? Okay. Is that a platform? Can I jump on that? Is it like Mega Man? Ah, there we go. Yeah. That is a Mega Man style platform. Okay. Go left here. God, I love the graphics in this game. Like, look at that water in the background. That is Sega Genesis water. Doesn't get much better than that. Okay, pause. Let's see. Let's see. Kakizaki says, hey Kenny, one more and I'm out. Thoughts on Fire Punch? It's about the Human Torch from the Venture Brothers. I've read Fire Punch. I actually posted the iconic Fire Punch face on my Twitter handle. So yes, I'm very aware of Fire Punch, and I've read Chainsaw Man too, which was not as good, but it was still pretty decent. Generally, I like all the stuff that person has put out. What they should have done is made a Fire Punch anime, and they decided to do Chainsaw Man instead, which, like, I understand, but I would have rather had a Fire Punch anime. Whoa. Okay, almost got killed by a penguin there. So it says exit is down. Can I break through the floor here? Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. I can break through the floor. Alright. I wonder, are there like secret areas over here? Because there would have to be, right? Hey! I can take one more hit now. Perfect. Let's see. Fire Punch is, let's see, 2 Siscon, man. Most anime is like that. I don't know if you've seen anime from the 1980s. Like, literally half of the Magical Girl anime I've talked about from the 1980s are like that. It's just kind of like a thing that you have to be aware of. Anime be crazy like that. Chainsaw Man had beautiful artwork. Yeah, a lot of it was really, really nice. I like the artwork for the Darkness Devil. I thought that was a really interesting design. It was solid all the way through. I kind of wish it lasted maybe a little bit longer, but if they had made it longer, I kind of feel like it would have overstayed its welcome, so it probably had the right amount of chapters. I hear they're making a sequel to it, so, that's something new. Bummed Chainsaw Man is going to be by Mappa. I don't know if Mappa is a particularly good studio these days. Hopefully it's good. They had a preview out where it was somebody made like a model for Chainsaw Man out of like it was like a plamo, it was like a plastic model, wasn't it? There we go, got it. I didn't know about the sequel. Yeah, they're making a Chainsaw Man sequel manga. I don't know if it'll get an anime, but that's what I heard. And did I read Dorohedoro? I watched a couple of episodes of the anime, and I didn't really care for it. Because, again, CG. You know, I guess I'm just biased. I don't like CG anime. But I've seen what the manga looks like, and it looks way, way better than the anime did. Which is weird, because they got, like, one of the background artists from Akira to work on it. So, I should probably give that another chance. Okay. That's odd. Where am I supposed to go here? Huh. And that's out? So, hold on. Maybe from the top here I go somewhere? Yeah, there we go. I was supposed to go left. You know, with platformers, there's only like 4 directions you can go, so like at least if you go in the wrong direction, you can figure out which way to go afterwards. Just try a different direction. When you add 3D into it, it adds a lot more variables. Okay. Hopefully there's something over here. Come on, power up. Ah, no, it's just the end of the level? Is that what that is? Level 5. So did I go in a circle? Is this different from the earlier area? Yeah, it looks like this is the same area from earlier. Huh. Okay, so that's level 5. This is... Okay, which way do I go here? Okay. Hopefully I know what I'm doing here. What else we got? I think there was another donation. Give me a second here. Level 2. Mike donated another 5, said, PSA, the only 100% uncut Ninja Scroll on DVD is the 20th anniversary edition. Other versions cut the other stuff and the Ninja Stars are cut out too. Why? Man, that's strange. I don't understand, like, aren't there, like, Criterion collections for Ninja Scroll, and don't they pride themselves in not editing any of those? That's the first I've ever heard that they've been editing releases of Ninja Scroll, but that's a shame. Because, you know, that movie is art. Okay, hold on. How do I get up there? Alright. Okay, so I was already in this area. I've got a feeling it's the upper left-hand side will get me the exit. Okay. How's this gonna work? Hold on. Ah! They don't give you enough room to charge your Volt Tackle. Or your Volt Tecker, however they want to say it. Now I think about it, that must be a Tekkaman. That must be a Tekkaman Blade reference. Like, it's gotta be, right? Somebody look up when Tekkaman Blade came out. Oh, okay, so that one says in. So which way is it gonna take me? Please don't take me to the beginning of the level again. Okay, level 9. I think this is new. I don't remember being here before. Okay, this looks new to me. $1992, yeah, and then this came out in 1994, so yeah, absolutely, that could be a Tekkaman Blade reference. Okay, come on. 1, 2... Ah! Alright. What is the timing for this? 1, 2... Ah, I jumped a little bit too early. Come on. I have the charge. I can at least use the charge right after I jump on there now. Jump there, jump there. Okay. Ah, nuts. Missed it. I always hate these disappearing platforms in Mega Man and any of these video games. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2. And then I have to go onto that one, and then that one. Okay, so 1, 2, Ah. I'll get it. Just give me a second here. Getting my ass handed to me by a Sega Genesis game from 1994. Okay, I have to wait for this third one to pop up. There we go. Pop up there. And it didn't work. Okay, do that one more time, but then I'll have to have the charge also in addition to that. This better be the last part of the area. They better give me some kick-ass boss after this. Okay. Jump, 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 jump. Jump on here. There, got it. Whew. Okay, what else we got for messages? Let me just go double check this here. Let me pause. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, that was just a subscriber. Every once in a while, it'll tell me somebody subscribed. Speaking of which, we've been getting a lot of subscribers off the new video. What did you guys think of the Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance retrospective? I had a lot of fun doing that, but like I know a lot of people are here for the anime videos. What did you guys think? Did you want to watch Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance right after I did that video? Did I properly convey how crazy that show is? Alright. Yeah, does anybody want to ask me anything about that show? Because I did like way too much research into that J-drama. There was a bunch of stuff that didn't even make it into the video. Like, let me think here. Like I didn't translate that. You remember when I said at the end of the video, Japan speculated the ultimate, sailor-suited, idol-driven girl would have like a shoulder-mounted missile launcher. The rest of that picture has a bunch of text to it. One of the things that it says is she has a cast on her left leg just because, which I thought was kind of funny. And I think she has like an ankle bracelet that's like a monitor for like prisoners was another one of the things that they put on there. One person mentioned that might actually be a Gundam reference, that specific shoulder-mounted missile launcher. And there was some stuff with the other actors in the show, but honestly, like none of it was that important. Miho Nakayama's her entire career overshadowed anything that I could have said about that. I mean, like the fact that there's a Nintendo game that they made in 2 weeks that has her face on it that they put out just basically to bait and switch people is like the best thing ever. Have I ever done audiobooks? No, I don't think I'll be doing those anytime soon. That's a lot of talking. These streams already take a lot out of me. Kenny, I don't like anime, but I just like to hear the sound of your voice. Well, thank you very much. You guys are keeping me in good health. I'm able to keep my teeth clean and my my vocal cords in shape. So, thank you very much. Okay, Mike donated $5. Roku Danashi Blues reviews coming ever. I gotta talk about Crows. I gotta talk about Bebop High School. I mean, there is a lot of delinquent stuff that I'd have to cover first. However, most people want me to talk about Lost Media again soon, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna be doing delinquent stuff again, but it might be a while. I've got to cycle through them because like I can't just talk about Sukeban stuff all the time. I can't talk about Lost Media all the time. You gotta space it out. Otherwise, you guys are gonna get bored. Awesome. I love that slowdown. See, that's an example of slowdown in a video game actually working to the game's advantage. Look at that. Like, that has to be on purpose. There's no way that they didn't, when they were making this game, that they didn't say to themselves, you know what, I think the slowdown will add to the video game. That had to be. I mean, it's too cool. Look at that. It's too cool not to have been done on purpose. Come on. Come on, work. There we go. Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing that. See, look, because I can't damage him now, right? Come on. Man, I must be doing something wrong. Either that, or he was like one hit away from being defeated. Let's see. Martigan donated $2. Was the money not just for tapes like you said in the past? Well, you know, I'm looking to make this into like my full-time thing. So in the past, most of the stuff that I've gotten from donations has gone to VHS tapes. I got a lot of them. What did I get recently that was really rare? There's this one movie you can go ahead and look up I have on VHS tape now. You're not going to be able to find a copy. I got lucky. There's this baseball movie from the 1980s. It's an anime called Batsu and Terry. And I was able to get a copy of that when there was like no copies of this on the entire internet. So what I was using for and still am in the past was just using all the donations as like a war fund in case a really rare anime pops up on an auction. But now it's looking like I'm gonna just have to do more videos just to stay afloat because I'm currently unemployed. So, good news for you guys. You're gonna see a lot more YouTube videos out of me. But as far as like what the donations are going to, it's still gonna be mostly VHS tape, maybe Laserdisc. I need to get a European VCR for this one English dub that you guys are gonna laugh your ass off. Like if you think Release the Bees is a good, stupid English dub video, when I show you this one European dub of this one shoujo series, you're gonna laugh your ass off. It's unfortunate you can't like rip a European VHS tape with an American VCR, because like that's the PAL signal, and it's not like you can even get a converter. You have to have a European VCR, which is a shame. Because there's a lot of European stuff that I need a specific VCR just to watch. And I'm hoping that stuff will all actually, play okay with my capture card. Because it's like, you need a European VCR for a European tape. But then it's like, will the capture card handle European signals too? I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty to a lot of the VHS stuff that I do. So, appreciate you guys helping out with that. Okay, hold on. Come on. That has to be doing damage. Like, there's no way that these attacks that I'm doing aren't doing something, right? Unless there's, like, some other phase to the boss that I'm just not seeing. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. See, that looks like it's doing damage. I mean, it's cool looking, so it's got to be doing something, right? Come on. Yeah, I think at this point I must be doing something wrong, because, like, I'm not doing damage to him, right? I mean, it's cool when they crash into each other, but I think I might not be doing damage, because look. Maybe he's vulnerable right after that? Yeah, there we go. That's what I was supposed to be doing. So I'm supposed to crash into him, and then immediately after that happens, he's vulnerable for like a split second. Because I saw him flash. Okay, so hopefully this will work. Okay. It's right here. There. You see that? I was able to actually hit him. So I've hit him twice. I'm gonna assume it's like 10 hits, so... Okay. Got him. Okay, so that's 3. Ah. I am doing damage to him, but... You know, Game Freak did not fool around back in their Sega Genesis days. All right. Come on. Okay, come on. I hit him because like I can hear there's like a sound effect for when you actually do damage to him. Got him. All right, come on. There, exploded. I got him. That boss fight wasn't that hard, but you know, there's a certain rhythm to the attacks that you need to get down. Other than that, yeah, that was a pretty solid boss fight. You know, it's Sega Genesis. You can't really fault them for not being 100% perfect. But yeah, that was fun. Talk about Meatball Machine in a video, please. There we go. Come on. Let's see, anime podcast. Where do you work at before that? You know, I don't want to be doxing myself. The joke that I used to say is I worked at a discount carpet warehouse. But let's just say things are not good in the job market right now. It's funny that you're talking about Ranma half, because like the creator of Ranma is on Twitter now, which is apparently like a huge big deal. Alright, just going ahead and looking through the messages here. Alright. Okay, what's your opinion on the infamous Sword for Truth? I know nothing and I have no opinion on Sword for Truth. Calico Cash says, Kenny, you still say that one? I still say what one? Let's see, Rumiko Takahashi is on Twitter. Yes, she is. Which was apparently a big deal, because you can actually ask... You can bother the creator of Ranma Half and Inuyasha with all your crazy fan fiction questions now. Which is a thing people have been wanting to do since, like, the 90s. If you're in IT and willing to move, I may have a job lead or so. I am not in IT. I don't know if you've seen like my YouTube videos, but they're not exactly edited at professional levels. You know, there's a lot of very sloppy editing in them. I do my best, but I wanted to get a better computer, but like graphics card prices and CPU prices, everything has gone up so much. I don't even know where you would start building a computer anymore. So I'm kind of stuck with the rig that I have right now. Let's see, well, been fun later, yeah. Let's see, anyways, is it me or does not really look like Genesis to me? Well, this is a late era Sega Genesis game. So this was 1994, so like they were really good at pumping out every single bit of processing power that they could possibly think of out of the system at the time. This might be one of those like 4 megabyte ROMs or cartridges or whatever you call them. So yeah, this is Sega Genesis, but it's like a very late Sega Genesis game. Kenny is peak comfy. Well, hey, I tried to be. Okay, underwater level. Obligatory underwater level. Read my super chat, Kenny-sama. Let me see here. Millennial Chicken? Let me go ahead and look it up. I thought I was already caught up, but now I have to see where it was. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Millennial Chicken. Okay, $2 through Super Chat says, what is your opinion on mobile police pet labor? I think the movies are good. The third one is underrated. I mean, I understand it doesn't have the characters from like the TV series and the OVAs, but it's still a good movie on its own. I prefer the TV series. It's all pretty solid. I remember reading the manga back in the day, but it was like published as a comic book in America, so it had like these mirrored pages, so it didn't read right to left. I don't know if they've released any of that manga in English, but you could probably get all of Pat Labor these days. Nothing wrong with Pat Labor, you know. You gotta love the crazy police robot adventures. You know, I love Pat Labor, but you know, it's one of those shows where it's like everybody knows it's good, so nobody talks about it. People tend to talk about stuff that's really janky or like, you know, really, really brand new. So when you have a series like Pat Labor that has a bunch of movies, you know, huge manga, bunch of OVAs, people just tend to ignore it for some reason. You know, it would probably take like another live action movie in order to get that some like serious exposure. But yeah, can't go wrong with Pat Labor. Gotta love Pat Labor. Okay, come on. Okay, pause that there. There was another donation, I think. Let's see, Jenemba donated $5 through Super Chat, says, you know what I'd love to do a video on Key the Metal Idol. I remember Key had a website where you could sign up to be one of her friends on. That's probably lost media. I hope that's actually archived on like the Wayback Machine or something like that. That sounds like the sort of like late 90s anime internet stuff that I live for. Okay. But yeah, I don't remember that. I do not remember that website at all. That's something I actually want to look into now. Thank you for letting me know that there was a Key the Metal Idol website where you could try and be her friend. That's fantastic. All right, which way do I go? Okay. Right, left. Right, left. Ah, I saw it coming. I wasn't able to react in time. Wasn't able to do it. I wish this was like Mega Man. Sorry, not Mega Man. Sonic the Hedgehog. Because in Sonic, you could hold down, and then it would like scroll the screen just slightly to one side. Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh, hey, that worked. Well, that's actually some good programming right there, because I was basically dead. And that normally would have killed me, but it knocked me into a tiny bit of health. So that's actually really, really good programming on Game Freak's on Game Freak's half. That's pretty neat. Look at that Sega Genesis dolphin in the background. Okay, and jump. Oh, all right. Okay. Ended up killing myself there. I thought I had a charge and I was able to do it. Koska52 donated $5 through Super Chat. Would the Read or Die series girls count as magical girls? Not really. It's kind of like saying, like, you know, is Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko a mecha series? It's like, well, technically, because like the main girls are androids, so I suppose by that loose definition. You know, I kind of got all that hypothetical stuff out of my system in that things that might be anime video. I don't like to think about questions like that anymore. Speaking of which, TMS, the animation studio, has a anime channel on YouTube called TMS Anime Official, and they have Galaxy High on there. You can watch Galaxy High for free. So according to the company that made Galaxy High, it is 100% an anime, according to the company that made it. So, you know, there's another answer for you, I guess. But yeah, it really just comes down to like how you want to define all these words that we use. When I was doing research into Golden Bat, you know, I was trying to figure out who the first superhero ever was, right? And there's a lot of people that argue for like Tarzan, and there's a lot of people that argue that like Zorro might be the first superhero. But then there was also people that were like the Mesopotamian gods were the first superheroes, and like the Epic of Gilgamesh was the first superhero like story. And I'm like, I can understand where you're coming from, but sometimes you just you don't want to think about it. You know, we have words and definitions for a reason in order to make language and communicating a little bit easier. And when you start like getting into the minutia of definitions, you end up doing a video like things that might be anime, and then you just get really, really, really confused. It's fun for a little while, but it's very taxing on the mind. Okay. Yeah, so to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know if the girls in Read or Die are technically magical girls. Like, are they girls? Yes. Do they have magic? I suppose. So, like, if that's your criteria, I guess. Excellent question, by the way. Okay, get up here. So, you know, it's fun to think about, but ultimately probably not that important. All right. Go there. Go here. All right. Got to the end of the level. Magical girls have to have transformations. That's the first rule of being a magical girl. Technically, no. You don't have to have a transformation to be a magical girl. The very first, or I guess technically the first anime magical girl is Sally the Witch. And Sally the Witch, she was just, like, she could transform. But a lot of the time, you know, she would just wait for somebody to look away, and then she would, like, magic up some solution to some problem while people weren't looking, and she would, like, turn somebody into a dog or something. And there was, like, no transformation involved in any of that. Like, sometimes she did transform, yes, but I would say, really just the only criteria, you gotta be a girl, and you gotta be magic at least a little bit, right? And then, you know, I guess if you wanted to, like, really fry your brain, you have to see, like, well, what is the definition of magic? And, like, at that point, you're opening a can of worms that you really don't want to be messing with. But as far as, like, the first magical girl ever, I think it's, I'm trying to think, because Sally the Witch was the first anime magical girl, right? She was the first anime series. I think it was Himitsu no Ako-chan? Isn't that the first magical girl, like, period? I mean, like, technically, I guess if you really wanted to stretch the definition, there are some non-Japanese magical girls. But, like, again, like, you're asking me basically to do a whole video of research at that point. Oh, come on. Got it. Okay. When nobody is looking. Yeah, Sally the Witch is like a fun little show. It doesn't... I guess the 80s series would probably hold up a lot better than like the black and white one from the 1960s. But from what I've seen from the 60s show, like, she's just a witch that was born in like a magical land, kind of like Minky Momo. And she gets sent to Earth, and she just like waves her hand, and she's like, I have a house now, I guess. I have anything I want because I have magical powers. And all of her friends are just kind of like, hey, do you ever notice how, like, Sally just always has the solution to all the problems, and for some reason, like, is always the like, cause and solution to every episode's story? And they're like, yeah, you know, she's weird like that. And, like, that's how it was back then. It was the 1960s. They didn't need to have, like, these long, epic stories about, like, how Sally the Witch got her house. She just waved her hands and she had a house because she's a witch. Okay, I know there was some super chats. Let me go ahead and have some water, and I'll get back to you in a second here. Okay, so what do we got here? Koska52 donated $5 through Super Chat. Would Reader Die Girls count as magical girls? Already discussed that one. Mike donated Australian $2 from the Super Chat. Marvelous Melmo by Osamu Tezuka, first magical girl. No, Melmo is not the first magical girl. She's a very, very old magical girl, but she's not. It's Himitsu no Ako-chan was the first magical girl, and the first anime's first magical girl was Sally the Witch. And technically there are arguments for even older than the 1960s for magical girls, but then like you're starting to get into like Kami Shibai Golden Bat territory, so like at that point, you know, you're really stretching the definition of the word. But yeah, there are arguments to be made for even older than that. I'm sure we'll find a cave painting of a magical girl one day, and we'll be like, yep, that was the first magical girl, you know, it's written in charcoal on the side of some cave. We found the evidence of the first magical girl. Like, you know, I would not be surprised if you can make, like, arguments for the first magical girl being, like, some Egyptian god or something, some hieroglyph we'll find one day, and we'll be like, yeah, that was the first magical girl. It really just depends on how far back you want to go, you know what I mean? Even with that Golden Bat video, trying to find the first superhero, you know, you could easily, like, rip holes in that video where if you want to be like, yeah, Zoro may be the first superhero. Personally, in my opinion, I would say the very first superhero of all time was Spring-Heeled Jack. There's a video that makes an excellent argument on YouTube for Spring-Heeled Jack being the first superhero ever. He started as a villain, but later on he ended up being a good guy. And he's from the Penny Dreadful comics from like the early, like not early 1900s, like late 1800s. And I would say that's probably the first superhero. But as far as anime's first superhero, yeah, Golden Bat. Like no doubt about that. And as far as Japan's first superhero, yeah, I would definitely say it's Golden Bat. But, you know, again, history and archaeology and stuff like that is constantly being rewritten. I mean, like, even with, like, Golden Bat, a lot of that stuff was lost in the wars. You know, I don't like to talk about, like, wars and politics during any of my streams or any of my YouTube videos. I purposely discount it whenever I can, because it gets kind of sketchy. But, you know, like the fire bombings in Japan in, like, the early 1930s when Japan was still, like, an empire, right? It wasn't even a country, it was an empire at the time that Golden Bat was a thing. A lot of those Kami Shibai comics were lost in, like, fire bombings and stuff, and we'll just never, like, recover them. So, like, theoretically, there could be other, even older Japanese superheroes that we just don't know about because they were burned up in war efforts. So, you know, if you want to look into, like, hypotheticals, you could go that direction, too. So, it's entirely possible one day we'll find some, like, Japanese wood carvings of the first Japanese magical girl or something, and the history books will be rewritten yet again. You never know. Okay, hold on a second. Now, how's this gonna work? How do I bounce up there? That's the question. Is it a specific angle that I need? Okay, hold on. Let's try from down here. There we go, got it. Okay. I like how he has this backflip, by the way. This thing, I guess it does damage, but there's no reason to ever hold up and attack at the same time. It's cool looking, but, you know, ultimately, you know, kind of useless. Okay. Go a little bit for here. Now, how am I supposed to do that? Oh my god, that is so difficult to get to. You know what I think you're supposed to do? You're probably supposed to get on that platform that was way down here and ride it all the way up. Let me see if I can actually get that platform again. Okay. So now will it go up? Ah, I missed it. Nope. Okay. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. You're probably supposed to ride that platform all the way to the top and then go through that that little tiny area in order to beat it. Let's see. I heard your super chat. Just give me a second to get back to where I was. Okay. Okay. Pause. Let's see. Don't watch your videos much, but they are a good source of entertainment and knowledge about boomer anime. Please keep up the good work. I think I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You're gonna see more history videos from me. You're gonna see more lost media. You're gonna see more mecha. You're gonna see more magical girl stuff. Hell, I might even talk about a romance anime at some point. Sky's the limit. You know, there's a lot of anime out there. So if you enjoy what I do, go ahead and give me suggestions. I'm honestly open to anything. I want to say around maybe 20 video ideas at the time of this video, and I've got a bunch of unfinished scripts. I'm not sure what's going to be the next thing. It might be a horrible anime. It might just be a general lost media update, because, like, you know, I want to tell people that we found screenshots of Lava Thunder some way. You know, that's got to be a thing that you guys got to know about. So maybe maybe the next video will be like a this is what happened in lost media in 2021 sort of thing. And then after that, maybe a regular review, like a recommendation for something really good. It could really be anything. I've got a feeling I'll end up talking about a magical girl anime again sooner than later, but we will see. Okay, come on. So is there just like no way to get up there without that platform? There's got to be a way to do that. All right, I've got a feeling I have to be up here, and then let's try here. Nope, that didn't work. Yeah, there's no way to do that without the platform. I have to go all the way back now to get this. At least I know how to do it now. So thank you very much, Rotarius, for the $5. Appreciate it. Okay, come on. Left. Up. Okay. Alright. Just gotta position myself there. Okay, left. Go on here. Making progress. Alright. Now, I'm going to assume I need to go right here. I did see a platform. There was a platform there. Alright, whew. Criminally underrated video game, by the way. If you have not played Pulseman for the Sega Mega Drive, like, check this game out. Huh. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to go here? Okay. I'm going to hold right. Hopefully that does something. Alright, and use the Volt Tackle here. I probably used it at the wrong angle. Let me try it from this angle. There we go. Come on. Alright. This is fun. It's exciting playing a video game on the Sega Genesis that I've never played all the way to the end before. It's like a brand new video game came out. And that's kind of how it is with older anime, you know, if you've never experienced something that's new to you. So, you know, for all I know, this could have come out yesterday and I would have believed you. You know, it stands the test of time. It's a very well-built, solid video game. Okay. There we go, yes. Got to the end of the level. Oh my god, look at this boss. Is this a boss? Or is this just the level now? This reminds me so much of Gunstar Heroes. Okay. Gotta reposition myself here. Let me go ahead and read the chat. I'd also like to mention Kakugo no Susume, since I've been reading that recently. That's cool. This looks cool. Yeah, it's a very cool looking area. I don't know if you've ever played Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Genesis, but like the very last part of that game has that like section where all the bosses are watching you on a monitor. That's what this reminds me of. Very cool looking. Okay, so See if I can figure this one out. I can see why this game is so much money. Because I looked it up online, and you can get, like, bootlegs of it, but this is probably, like, a $500 game now. Okay, go left. Okay. Right. Keep it going. I wonder how they accomplished this on the Sega Genesis. Like, this is so cool. Like clearly they mirrored the main character on the top and the bottom, but like this is such a creative use of the Sega Genesis's like powers, you know, the processing of it. Very, very, very creative looking game. Okay. Now look how it's warping. Like it's going left and right as the screen is scrolling. It's so cool. Alright. Alright, now we're in a water area again. This is Sega Mega Man. Well, there is Mega Man on the Sega Genesis. It's Mega Man The Wily Wars. Alright. So now how's this gonna work? Is that a boss? See, when you're underwater, you don't have your electrical attacks, so... Okay, I guess you have to just avoid those. How do I damage this thing? Because, like, I can't hit the bullets back. Maybe I have to bounce those back? Alright, come on. Okay. Ah... See, the jumping is delayed when you're underwater. So I tried to jump and I wasn't able to do it. Alright, hopefully, yep, I've got enough continues. I can still continue the game. Let's see, do the backflip kick, Pulseman, any percent stream. I'm probably the best person on planet Earth at this video game right now. Nobody else is playing Pulseman, I guarantee it. Okay, jump. So it looks like I can bounce those back, but the boss is not right in front of those at the right time. I don't know, maybe I gotta get lucky. Or maybe I gotta be closer? Yeah, there we go, that's the problem. Okay. Come on. Okay, so that's 2. At least I know how to damage it now. Alright. You know, it's a shame this never came out in America. I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that this was available on the Sega Channel, which was like a modem that you were able to download Sega Genesis games back in the day. But as far as actually like playing this in America, there was no way. Stage clear. Alright, bonus stage. Pulseman has an entry in speedrun.com. There's about 8 runners. It's a pretty good game. I could see people speedrunning this. Not the best game in the world, but you know, I'm having fun with it. Alright, come on. And go this way. Alright, come on, go. That way. Ah. A little bit further. Ah. These bonus areas are just impossible. Rotary says, true story, never had the chance to play it myself aside from emulation. Kenny, the backflip? I guess you can do damage with the backflip. I got soft locked once in the ice stage. Who would win in a fight, Pulseman or any of the Gunstar heroes? Well, the Gunstar heroes have guns. Gun always beats every superpower. What's your favorite World Masterpiece Theaters show? It's a toss-up between Anne of Green Gables and Heidi. I'm not sure which of those I like more, but they're both pretty good. You know, all that Takahata stuff is pretty solid. Are there unlimited continues? There are not. I'm pretty sure I've only got like one continue left. Oh, sweet. So is this a mini game or am I inside a video game now? Oh, see, this is very, very cool. Look at this. See, like, video games being retro was a thing, like, even in 1994. Isn't this weird? We view this as a retro video game, but here we are inside another video game. So, like, in 1994, they considered, like, I guess arcade games from, like, the 1970s and 80s to be retro. And, yeah, man. It's so strange seeing a retro game emulating a retro game. Really cool concept, though. Okay. Let me pause for a second here. There we go. You know what's also really cool here? I have infinite power-ups in this area, I think. Either that, yeah. Nope, I guess I'm just running so much that I'm building up a charge. My mistake. I thought I had infinite power-ups, which is why I died just then. Because it would make sense, like, Pulseman gets his power from electricity, so if you're surrounded by electricity because you're literally inside a video game, shouldn't he have infinite power-ups? Aw, come on. Let's try this again. Alright. Okay, so that gives me the energy power-up, right? So now I think, I have infinite shots, right? Okay. Come on. Okay, don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit. Okay, come on. Go down, go down, go down. Okay. So now I have full health again. Oh, come on, don't die, don't die. Okay. Alright. Go this way. Sorry that I'm not reading the chat. This game got really intense all of a sudden. You know, when you're really enjoying a video game, you tend to not want to talk, which is a problem. What I should have really done is streamed Big Ol' Bass 2 on the PS1 again. Were any of you people in the chat right now around when I was streaming PS1 fishing games? Like, I legitimately have fun with those games, but like there were a lot of people who were upset that I was doing that at the time. Game over. Hopefully I have another continue. Nope, that's the end of the game. It's a shame. But I've never played it before, so, you know, like, go figure, right? No, but I wish I was. I had those games as a kid and loved them. Alright, let me pull up another video game. I'll take a minute to answer questions from the chat, and I'll pull something else up. Just give me a second here. Alright, video capture device. Where is the stream button? There we go. Let me switch to something else here. Something a little bit more laid back. What's something that's easy to play? You know, I want to play Sonic, but I played it so many goddamn times. You guys are going to be sick of that. Let's see here. What do I got? What do I got? That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Samurai Showdown? No, I'm not going to play Samurai Showdown on the Sega Genesis. It's pretty good, but it ain't that good. Sonic Spinball, no. Let's see. Most of the Sega Genesis games I like are shmups, and they're all like ridiculously difficult. Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 1, Strider, Super Street Fighter 2. Let's see, Ninja Turtles, Task Force, Tailspin, Thunder Force. Yeah, Thunder Force is not a video game I want to be streaming. You know what? Why not? Here, I'll play Toki again. I don't care about it. I bet Billy Mitchell has the high score in this fake arcade game as well. Hey, we got a donation. Let's see. Martigen donated $2. Yeah, I saw the fish streams and was the first stream that you did. Those were fun. I honestly like Big Ol' Bass 2 for the PS1. It's a good game. Okay, hold on a second. What, you want me to play Thunder Force? I could play it, but I can't stream and talk at the same time. That game is just way too hard for that sort of thing. All right, give me a second here. Let me just turn something off here. Okay. Turn that off. Okay, and there we go. Little bit of a technical hiccup. It wasn't as sharp as it could have been. So hopefully that looks a tiny bit better. It used to be you would have to get a real monkey in order to have this set up, but the days of dressing up a monkey in a well, I guess he's not wearing anything. That doesn't work. Return to monkey, yes. Nice Shattering Delusions, senpai. Like, I could play Thunder Force. I've beaten Thunder Force 3, but those games are intense. They're not the sort of video game you can like talk and stream at the same time with. Yeah, this is really laid back. Well, it's a simple game. That's the thing. Reminds me of Nick Arcade. This was on Nick Arcade. There's a Nick Arcade video game episode where somebody was playing Toki. Like, verifiably, you could look that up. I don't think any of Nick Arcade is on YouTube, but I hope it is, because I want to look up. Like, all the people on Nick Arcade were, like, the worst video game players you could ever find. There's this one episode that I remember, like, specifically where, you know, they're like, hey, kid, what do you want to play? And I think they chose R-Type or Gradius or something like that. And they started the kid at the very final level of the game, or on one of the final bosses, and he got a game over in 45 seconds. So that means, like, he ended up, like, he had 3 lives, and he got killed within 10 seconds 3 times. It was like the funniest thing you ever seen as a kid. Like, oh, you're not good at R-Type. Oh, well, you don't win the new camera. Sorry, kid. Let's see, that's the bad part of Genesis, all that blast processing. Okay, I will read your super chat in a second. Let me go ahead and look up what it was. Let me just say another thing. Don't you love it when you pause a game and the music stops? There are so many video games I've played where you press pause and it, like, the music will keep going. I hate when that happens. What else? Okay, so Martin J donating $2. Read that one. Let's see. Thorough Comment says, "Come on, dude. Why show gameplay instead of classic anime?" I don't know if you guys know that, but YouTube tends to not enjoy when you stream anime on their platform. It's kind of frowned upon to go ahead and, like, put Evangelion on a YouTube stream. They don't officially say that you can't stream anime on YouTube with super chats, but I would imagine they don't want you to do that. So Video games is basically all I can do. You know what's another problem is, like, I was thinking about just, like, watching goofy YouTube videos on stream just for fun. But you can't even do that because, like, other YouTube content creators, no matter who they are, they'll get, like, notifications that some guy on a stream was watching one of their videos, and then you'll get in trouble for that. So, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, on other places, maybe it's different, but, you know, they're kind of against that. Just buy the rights to every anime ever and you'll be fine. Yeah, absolutely. That's all you need. Let's see what else we have here. Thoro says, "Come on, dude," or read that one. Shattering Delusions donated $5. Says, "Fourth super chat here. Would you contemplate going in on DVD, Blu-ray, North American rare Japanese films, TV shows one day?" I mean, that's part of what the channel is already doing, right? I mean, it doesn't get more rare than lost media, right? Did you have anything like specific that you wanted to recommend that I talk about? I'm open to suggestions, but to answer your question, yeah, I've got no problem doing any sort of things like that. Like, if you want me to just talk about, like, rare DVDs, I mean, I guess I could. It's not really anime related, but I got killed by that same plant enemy twice. God damn it. Okay, I just need to remember where that enemy is, and I will have no issues. So, the plot of Toki is Tarzan was turned into a monkey, and his girlfriend was kidnapped by, like, a deer wizard. And you have to be a bad enough dude to rescue your girlfriend. You know, video game stories were a lot simpler back in the day. This, you know, this is no, God, I don't even know what games have stories. You know, it ain't no Last of Us. You know, there aren't going to be people talking about Toki like it's some, you know, epic story. Although they absolutely could. Okay. So hold on, can I hold left here? There we go. Nice. Alright, got the one up. What else we got here? We got a message, super chat, $5 from Shattering Delusions. Made me drop my controller. Shattering Delusions donated $5 through super chat and says, "Would you ever think about releasing any DVD, Blu-ray, North American rare Japanese films, TV shows one day? No job, crowdfund, much thanks." I don't own any anime. I don't know if you know this. I know you guys think the best of me, but I don't have like industry connections to companies to release things like Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance on DVD. And even if I did, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I don't get like 3 million views per retro like anime video. Sometimes I get lucky. You know, Minky Momo, Charge Man Ken, I got lucky on those. But you would need like millions of people to donate to some kind of crowdfunding thing in order to get, you know, something like the Laughing Salesman 1980s series released on DVD. It's just not going to happen. There's no market for it. It's amazing that you have like these streaming services like Retro Crush in the first place. And even then, those guys are having a tough time marketing retro anime to people. There was a company that tried to do that long time ago. I think the name of them was Anime Souls. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was a company called Anime Souls back in the day, maybe like a decade ago, that tried crowdfunding Creamy Mommy and Persia and Pastel Yumi and all these magical girl anime on DVD. And they went out of business because nobody ended up buying the DVD box sets that they ended up, you know, successfully crowdfunding. And I think those are all like collector's DVDs now because like they barely sold any of them. But it has been tried in the past to limited success. I don't know. Maybe retro anime is really, really popular now compared to then. Maybe they could do it, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. And as for me, like, crowdfunding some anime DVD box set, that ain't gonna happen. I can barely pay my rent You know, like you guys are helping me keep the lights on. That's what I'm worried about. You want to have a crowdfunding? Crowdfund me getting like a bunch of canned food for the upcoming canned food apocalypse that seems to be coming up on us. Okay, hold on. Can I make that jump or no? Ah, come on, seriously? Oh, well. I got greedy. I wanted that one up, couldn't get it. Oh god, Anime Souls is 10 plus years old. It might be, isn't it? Go ahead and look that up, because I remember I wanted to get all of Magical Emmy, the Magical Star, and they didn't release all the episodes. Or at least I don't think they did. Somebody knows where I can get Magical Emmy on DVD. You let me know. Let's see. Hey Kenny, did you donate to the recent Animego Kickstarter? I donated to their Gunsmith Cats Kickstarter, but I think they did one for like Bubblegum Crisis after that, and maybe Riding Bean. But I haven't done any of their Kickstarter stuff in a while. I'm tight on cash. What can I tell you? I think everybody is. It's amazing any Kickstarters happen. Creamy Mommy is an old magical girl anime. Yes, it certainly is. One of the best ones, in my opinion. What do we got here? Let's see. Pinocchio 964 donated. Let's see. Margin donated $2. Pinocchio 964 is a pretty rare thing now these days. One really weird movie. I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen that one. I know what you're talking about. It's like Pinocchio in outer space, right? Sonic OVA review 1. I'm not saying that'll never happen. A lot of people have already done it. If you type in Sonic the Hedgehog OVA, I guarantee you, I think like that guy with glasses talked about the Sonic OVA. It's been done to death. I would be open to a Sonic the Hedgehog anime video, but I don't know. You would have to convince like Cybershell to get on the video with me, and then we would have to spend like half a year looking up all this esoteric Sonic the Hedgehog anime trivia. It could happen, but like, you have any idea how difficult that would be? Sonic the Hedgehog lore and information that hasn't already been talked about, it's like trying to squeeze, water out of a rock. God bless them, the Sonic the Hedgehog fans, they are so dedicated to their fandom that every single piece of information about those series has basically already been mined. Like, everything that we can know about Sonic the Hedgehog has already been known. And I would say that includes all of the anime OVA information, too. So, it could happen, but man, like, you would have to get the Sonic the Hedgehog lore master on that, and even then, would be very difficult. Not saying it'll never happen, but it would take a while. Alright, got the boss. Wow, $50. DD Riots donated $50 through Super Chat. No message whatsoever, but wow. Thank you. That'll help me, that helps ends meet. Thank you. Honestly. The Pinocchio one is a movie from one of the crew who did Tetsuo the Iron Man. He made really twisted movies. Yeah, we don't talk about Sonic Chew during these streams. Thank you. I used to like Sonic for the Sega Genesis. John Bennett says, so we are finally going to get a pregnant Sonic anime? I was talking to, I was on a stream the other day with this anime channel called The Men Talk, who talks about Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. And I was like, everything's been done, right? I was like, what are you going to do? Make a video on Sonic the Hedgehog's feet? What does Sonic the Hedgehog's fingers look like underneath his gloves? It's like everything has been discussed. There's just nothing else to say, really, which is a problem. But I would say maybe Sonic the Hedgehog anime is like the very last part of that fandom that hasn't been 100% completely explored. you know, I'm not going to make any promises. Maybe Sonic video one day. It would take a lot of research and looking into. Okay, hold on. Man, a lot of donations. Holy crap. What do we have here? Broku Daniel. Broku Daniel. Starting to lose my voice here. Donated $5 through Super Chat. Says, just want to say thanks for bringing attention to Shonen Baku Sozoku. I love delinquent anime, so the more I find, the better. That's getting fan subtitles like currently, so that will happen by fans one way or another. And I'd like to think that I had a hand in that. It'll, you know, when all of that is subtitled, that whole entire series, maybe I'll do a whole retrospective on it, because there's that Knights OVA, there's the live action TV show for Knights. They did there's like 3 Shonen Baku Sozoku live action movies. There's a lot to go through with that series, so I could definitely visit that again someday. I have other priorities first. You know, stuff that I haven't even talked about is, you know, tends to be my priority. You know, but you know, one day, you never know. Could talk about Shonen Baku Sozoku again. Definitely not a no on that one. Could happen. Alright, come on. Let me pause this. See if I got all those super chat messages. Alright, so now I'm caught up on that. Sonic X was amazing. Eggman theme is legendary. All I remember about Sonic X was Sonic on that kid's wheelchair. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's this one scene in Sonic X where there's this kid with a wheelchair and he's riding it down a mountain or something. Did I imagine that? Is there a Sonic X scene where Sonic the Hedgehog is riding on a kid's wheelchair, or was that a fever dream? Did that happen or didn't it? Let's see. Electro1251 donated 50 MX. Thank you very much, Electro. Appreciate it. Rotarius donated $5. Silly question, but do you think... Let's see. Who do you think was the first anime waifu before the term became a thing? There are... And you would have to go very far back into old magazines, like Out Magazine from like the early 1980s, late 70s. But there was a fandom around the main character, the main girl from Lupin the Third and the Castle of Cagliostro, that kind of kickstarted a lot of that stuff. So you could say, you know, the main girl from Lupin the Third and the Castle of Cagliostro maybe was the first anime waifu. It's very, very hard to tell when that otaku culture kind of kickstarted. I feel like it's always been kind of prevalent in the subculture. But if I was on like a TV show and I had to say, and somebody asked me who was the first anime waifu, I would say it was the, you know, the princess from Castle of Cagliostro. Probably. You know, which is a weird thing to say, because like Miyazaki really, really hates that subculture. You know, he hates all that stuff, but he had a hand in a lot of that. So, Lum the Invader Girl, no, I would say the girl from Castle of Cagliostro first and foremost, and then kind of Lum was that like second coming of all that 80s magical girlfriend stuff. There's a lot of magical girlfriend anime, which is a funny thing to say. Because there's like an entire subgenre that came out of that. There's this one OVA I watched called My Girlfriend is a Witch. That was one of the weirdest anime I've ever seen. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just weird. That kind of came out of that whole entire Urusei Yatsura like explosion. And there's a lot more magical girlfriend anime than you would think. Yeah, Castle of Cagliostro is a fantastic film. Nobody's arguing that. People were asking me, like, when did the whole anime waifu subculture start? And I would say, arguably, you could say Castle of Cagliostro, maybe Nausicaa. You know, somewhere around there. Leonardo Grecci donated $5. New to the channel. Love it already. Have you made / will you make any Gaku no Tsukai videos or anything related to Machan? You know, I was talking about Cybershell earlier because you guys were talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, and he did a video called What the Hell is My Avatar, right? And I kind of feel like I want to make my own video like that, but I'd be copying his. But I really should be doing a video called, like, what the hell is my avatar? Because, like, people think that, that guy on the moon, like, that's my face. It's not. I'm not the Japanese actor from Gaki no Tsukai. I'm not one of the downtown boys. You know, I hate to break your immersion, but, you know, my name is not Matsumoto. I am very American. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something in that vein at some point. You know, I'd like to branch out into more of the like the Japanese dramas and TV shows and stuff. But a lot of that is very hard to do videos on because that's like primetime Japanese television, and a lot of that gets copy striked really, really easily. I could probably do that, but I would have to get creative. I would have to use a lot of screenshots and filters and stuff. But let's see, your name isn't Matsumoto Hitoshi? No. Let's see, you can't convince me that you're not Matsumoto. Fine, whatever, I'm Matsumoto then. Let's see. Yep, det Conan equals case closes. Your face will always be the Japanese guy on the moon. But yeah, thank you very much for Leandro Grecci. I hope you liked the new video on Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance. You know, I had a lot of fun doing that. Robib says, leap that wall if you're so great. Okay, go here. Confirmed Matsumoto. Wouldn't that be crazy if that was true? You know, I didn't even pretend about it. I'm pretty sure Matsumoto has his own YouTube channel. Like, why wouldn't he, right? He's got to be on YouTube or Twitter or something. You know what's really bad is there's another guy who's called, I'll let Chargeman Ken explode Dr. Volga again. Give me a second here. Let's see here. Leap that wall if you're so great. See, it's how do I put this? It's delayed. I got that super chat and then later on it showed up. I lost my train of thought now. What was I going to say? Give me a second here. Continue screen looks like Felios. I've played that game. Oh yeah, there's another Kenny Lauderdale. There's this one guy who's like a rap artist out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who happens to also go by Kenny Lauderdale. So I don't know, man. Maybe I should move to Deerfield or Pompano or something. Change my name to Kenny Pompano. That's a pretty good name, right? You know, because it's really confusing. I'll look up stuff on my Twitter. I'll type in Kenny Lauderdale, and there's always another guy who goes by my name. So maybe I should make it like Kenny Lauderdale Anime Reviews or something. You know, just something to differentiate me. Because there is another guy that goes by the same name, but you know, there's so many people on planet Earth that, you know, you're never gonna have a completely unique name anyway. When did I drop a hot track? Yeah. Imagine how he feels. Yeah, he's probably, you know, in the exact opposite situation. Like some guy who raps out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's probably constantly getting messages about anime. Okay. Are you gonna take him out in drive style, chucking VHS tapes at him? No, I would imagine he probably doesn't even know what anime is. Whoop. Let me turn up the music on this video game, because I love the track for this one level. Let me see if I can find it. Just for this one level. I'll turn it right back after this. This is such a relaxing Sega Genesis game in a couple of the levels. Like this one specifically. I don't know what it is about water levels in video games, but they always have the best music. Every single time. Okay, did I get another message there? Return to Monkey, yes. All the best video games, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Toki, Donkey Kong 94, all the best video games are monkey related in some way. Dinky Gong. Hey Kenny, any thoughts on the Star Ocean games? I've played like the Super Nintendo one a little bit. All I remember is it's got voice acting for a Super Nintendo game, which blew my mind at the time. But as far as like having played them, no. I haven't played Star Ocean till the end of time or any of those Star Ocean games. Honestly, I haven't played like any RPGs since the PS1. You know, I Breath of Fire 3, Breath of Fire 4, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. God, what else have I played? Beyond the Beyond was not a particularly good RPG. I played Thousand Arms, Chrono Cross, you know, just basically anything I could get my hands on back in the day. But you get older, you don't want to sit down and play Dragon Quest VII for like 120 hours. That game was mental. I don't even know how I ended up playing that game, but I did. Go ahead and look up like a full like Let's Play of Dragon Quest VII. It's legitimately like a 120-hour video game. It's insane. What in God's name is this? This is what? You've never played Toki? You've never played platformer video game Toki for the Sega Genesis? What, you've been living under a rock? Everybody knows about Toki. Do. Water under fire. Water under fire. Why? There we go. Got the power spit. Alundra 2. Yeah, Dragon Quest VII is nuts. Don't play it. It's too long. It takes you forever to get all the characters. There's a million side quests. The amount of grinding is just beyond what you should expect from any human being. Mad respect for Tree Final Fantasy VII player. Oh yeah, that guy who ended up getting to level 99 in the very first area of the game. That man is a legend. Unbelievable. Corona, yes, yeah. I've been looking into the virtual YouTubers because, like, people were asking me, like, are VTubers anime? And I've talked about it already. It's a form of puppetry, and puppets are not anime. I don't care how you rationalize it. It's an extension of the body. It's not anime. But there are a lot of VTubers who talk about retro anime, surprisingly. Whoa. They're making a VTuber anime? Why am I not surprised? That's a logical step, isn't it? They're gonna have a Super Robot Wars universe with VTubers, right? Her friend is learning how to model and rig one so she can make those VTuber models. I hope she succeeds. What was the boss's name? Fire Monkey versus Sub Monkey? Boomer, how dare this game call me out like this? As something that I've kind of embraced over time. Once you get to 30, your life is over, so you just don't care. You just don't care anymore. Kenny will ascend to a VTuber evolution. Yeah, for that to happen, I would have to have some deepest lore, you know? You look at a lot of YouTube channels, they have things like logos and icons and banners and stuff like that. I don't have any of that. You know, I don't even have like a coffee mug. You know, like, well, you know, I'm really dropping the ball on the whole marketing myself as a YouTuber thing. Are you a fan of any Gundam anime? Yeah, 8th MS Team, War in the Pocket is good. G Gundam is a good guilty pleasure. You know, Double Zeta is, you know, I don't want to say it's underrated, but it's not as bad as people say it is. Just rework the lore of Kex for getting pulled into Lost Media. Well, I feel like I would be falling into like Oni Plays territory at that point, because there is like Oni Plays lore. I found out, like they have Wikipedia articles for like what the backstories are for all these Let's Players. It's mental. If you say a company, let's see, if you say a company saying their show is an anime counts, you have to say VTuber companies. Well, technically, yeah, I suppose not, because like you look at all those Netflix shows that say that they're anime, and like clearly Castlevania was made in Texas by Americans. It ain't anime. It's not a Japanese production. So like if just because TMS says Galaxy High is an anime, it doesn't make it an anime. But I would say I at least agree with them because, you know, in Japan, you know, all Japanese anime, all animation in Japan is anime. Popeye is anime. Pingu is anime in Japan. Which I said that in the video. It's just a marketing thing, you know? It used to be so much easier. You would just say Japanese cartoon or animation from Japan. It was so simple. You didn't have this Japanese American loan word that makes no sense really in retrospect. But you know, just for simplicity, you know, you say, hey, do you know what anime is? And people are like, yeah, I got a general idea. I know it when I see it. You know, because otherwise you start talking about stuff like the Japanese Pingu cartoon, and you're like, yeah, that's anime, and people don't know what you're talking about. All right, we got some more donations. Let me go ahead and go through them. ADub64 donated $5 through Super Chat, says 8764321 Time Boken. By the way, would you cover the Time Boken series? Have you seen the OVA? Side note, Yatterman 2 was VTuber. I have not. They released some of Time Boken on VHS in America back in the day. There's I don't know if it's lost, but there's a very rare English dub of Time Boken in America. I want to say it's called like Time Patrol or something like that. It's on YouTube. I've been meaning to get a copy of it. But yeah, I like Time Boken. I like Yatterman just a little bit more. It feels like most people are familiar with the Yatterman series just from Time Boken, or just from like playing Tatsunoko versus Capcom. They'll see Doranjo, and then they'll be like, oh hey, I want to look into this. Or maybe like tangentially related, they'll be like, hey, Pokemon had a character based off of this one anime series, and they'll be like, oh, so that's what Yatterman is. But other than that, I would say most people don't really know what that series is. If I do some Tatsunoko stuff, maybe I'll cover Yatterman at some point, but it would be a lot of research. That is a very long series with a lot of history to it, but that seems to be what I do on YouTube these days, just do mental amounts of research in order to pick up every little tiny bit of information about an anime, so you never know. That does seem like something I would do. So to answer your question, I don't have any plans to talk about Time Boken right now, but sometime in the future, maybe. Definitely going to be doing a lot more videos in the coming months, so you're going to be seeing me do a lot more stuff. Got it. Now hopefully I don't die in the exact same spot that I died in last time again. Okay, I don't want to go down this way because there was a trap. Don't want to... Let's see. There's something up there. I think it's just a power-up, right? Okay, hold on. Which way am I supposed to go here? Okay, got that. Got the superpower here. Okay. Let me see. Alright. Whoa! Just barely avoided that. Okay. Get that enemy out of the way. Okay, go left. Got it. Alright, let me just get some water here and let me read the chat a little bit more. And you know what I should do? I should turn down the volume on the video game just a tiny bit. I forgot to turn it down after I had that kick-ass water music going on. Sorry about that. Take a sip. Gotta stay hydrated. This isn't Twitch. They don't remind you. YouTube, doesn't matter how hydrated you are. You could pass out. You could turn into a piece of beef jerky. They don't care. They don't remind you about water retention on YouTube. How much water you got in your body. See you later, Master Chief Snake. Take it easy. Whoa. Okay, go, 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 go. Much better stream, the UFC fight. It's a better stream. This is not a better stream than, like, the professional UFC fighting. There's no way. You know, like, Joe Rogan was on UFC, right? So that's like saying that my videos are better than, like, a Joe Rogan podcast, which is extremely flattering, but I don't think they are. Got it. Wow, another donation. You're always donating on all these streams. I feel bad, man. Let me see. Ben Martin donated $14.99. It says, "Hey, my dude, hope you're doing splendid. Will you ever review anything kendo related one day? I want more people to practice the sport I love, and I need your help. P.S. I love you." You know what's funny is there was some guy who got really upset in the video on Sailor Suit Hangyaku Dome because I called the stick that the gym teacher uses to beat people up in that video a kendo stick, like colloquially. And one person was like, "Well, actually, that's not a kendo stick. That's another completely different stick. You don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, well, maybe I should do a kendo stick anime just so I can teach myself what kendo actually is. Because apparently I don't even know what kendo is, according to one person on YouTube. I've said it before, but there's a lot of genres for YouTube videos, for anime specifically, that people just, they will not watch. Like, if I wanted to cover a mahjong anime, or a kendo anime, or a sumo wrestler anime, you're not going to get a lot of people that'll watch it, which is a problem. However, you know, a lot of the time I'll do a video regardless of how many people I think are actually going to see it. So you never know. I might do a kendo anime. Maybe a judo anime would be a good thing to do in the future. It really just kind of depends on what it is. You know, you got to find that right series that resonates with you so you don't make a soulless video. You know, I don't want to make a kendo anime video just because I can. So I would have to find something that I personally like in order to do it. But yeah, excellent question. Thank you very much for the donation. I really do appreciate it. Okay, what else? There was another donation that I missed. God, there's so many people donating towards the channel. $20 from Adam Prenger with a sticker that says "You are amazing." Thank you very much. I don't know where you guys are getting this money in these hard times, but you know, I do appreciate it quite a bit. Okay, go here. Right again. Okay, good. Okay, now I gotta go up here. If you have a question about anime or you want to actually send me some sort of comment or something, get your $20 worth, you know, I'm here. Go ahead and ask. Hot streamer tips, yeah. I should play Among Us? No, I should not. Why would I play Among Us when I could be playing Toki for the Sega Genesis instead? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here? All I know about Retro Crush is that I want to watch Kimagure Orange Road and hooked it up to my TV, but they uploaded it in 16:9, making the video a small box in the center, and that upset me. Yeah, if you notice, I actually upload all my videos in 4:3 now when I can. That video on Sailor Suit Hangyaku Dome is in 4:3. I rendered that at 1440 by 1080, so that downscales perfectly to 4:3. So if you want to watch that video on a black and white tube TV from 1971, you could do that if you wanted to. I allowed you that privilege. So, yeah, I hate it when people do that. I used to do it because, like, there was a theory among the YouTube people that nobody would watch a anime video if it was not in 4:3 with, like, those blurry sides. But then, all of a sudden, like, all the news channels started doing that. And now I think, like, subconsciously, when people see, like, a 4:3 image on YouTube with the blurry sidebars, all of a sudden it's just like subconsciously it reminds you of the news. And my YouTube videos are as far away from being news as possible, unless I'm talking about some lost media that was recently found. So yeah, I kind of put a stop to that. Yeah, so now you can enjoy all my videos on VHS. This is a boss that I remember having a lot of trouble with. I don't remember exactly... Yeah, see, look. Like, what the hell? I don't remember exactly how you're supposed to avoid... Like, look, I tried to jump over it. I don't remember exactly how you're supposed to avoid the hits from this boss. Because it's like you have to be walking before it moves. Because if you don't have enough reaction time in order to jump over it, which is a problem. Maybe I was just supposed to be in the corner there? Or maybe I'm just not supposed to jump there. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing there. You know, these games are all based off of, like, arcade games back in the day, so they weren't exactly, Yeah, see? Now, yeah, see, I can't hide in the corner there either. I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to be doing that. Yeah. Like, what the hell? How am I supposed to be doing this? Okay, I'm in the corner there. And now this is my maximum speed. This is Toki's maximum running speed. He can't exactly maneuver like a real monkey could. Or I guess he doesn't have it. Alright, come on. I will beat this one boss. Okay, so now I need to hold one direction and hope. Okay, holding left. Holding left. Oh, I can bounce off of the eyeballs. Okay, that does help. Okay, holding one direction. Jump. Okay. Okay, I went left for a split second, and I shouldn't have done that. Okay, holding right, holding right, holding right. Oh, come on. The hitbox for that boss is so huge. Okay, hold right. Yeah, look at that. Like, I should be able to jump over it, and there's just no way to do that. Screw this. I'm just gonna skip to a different game then. Sorry about that. Toki is not exactly the easiest Sega Genesis game. What else should I try? Just give me a minute here. Let's see. Let's try something equally as difficult, right? Okay, so there were a couple of super chat messages, I think. Let me go ahead and see here. Ebu donated $4.99 through super chat, says, "Don't tempt me, Kenny. I will put these tapes just because I can." I'll put these tapes? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. But thank you for the donation. Maybe you want to clarify in the chat a little bit. Eagle Vision 1999 donated €2 through Super Chat. No message on that one. Adam Prenger donated $20 through Super Chat. No message on that one. Ben Martin donated $14.99. Says, my dude, hope you're doing splendid. Will you ever review anything Kendo related? Already read that one. Maybe one day, but it's probably going to be a while. I've got some lost media that I'd rather cover first. Claim home improvement for Sega Genesis. There is no home improvements for Sega Genesis. It only exists on the Super Nintendo. I know that because I'm in my 30s. They're going to record VHS of your videos. You know, I've seen like the Angry Video Game Nerd will record his videos onto DVD and then he'll sell the DVDs. However, you know, it's a lot easier to do like a Let's Play, you know, on VHS than it would be to do like a anime review because, you know, like a Let's Play, since you're voicing over it, is considered like a, it's considered transformative. You know, you're critiquing what you're talking about. However, for some reason, when you do the same thing with anime and you try and put it out on a DVD, that's the sort of thing that they get really upset about. Even if it's like 3-second clips or something like that, they just don't allow it, which is a shame. You know, I should have been doing video game videos. I would have tons of, you know, Kenny Lauderdale videos on VHS by now, but I'm not saying you can't do it on your own. So, you know, if you got blank VHS tapes, I can't stop you. But as far as like something official for Patreon or something, no, I can't do that. I would probably get in trouble for doing anime reviews on VHS in 2021. As crazy as that sounds, that is just this dystopia that we live in. Let's see. Do you think your subscribers are in your age range? Did you check it? Would be interesting. Most of them are. I would say most of the people who watch my videos are from 18 to 30 or so. You know, I'm sure there are some 40-year-olds who watch my videos. It kind of tapers off after that. There's not a lot of people in their 50s and 60s wasting time watching anime videos on YouTube these days. But the older people get, the more common that's going to be. So just because it hasn't happened now doesn't mean there aren't going to be 40 and 50-year-old boomers watching anime videos in the future. God, that's a crazy thought, but stranger things have happened. And that's another thing. You guys are like telling me your ages online. When I was like growing up and I had the internet for the first time, you know, I got like AOL, you know, those AOL.com discs that everybody was mailed back in the day like crazy. Maybe around 1997, 1998 is when I got big into using the internet. You know, your parents would tell you, hey, you know, Kenny, don't tell people your real name on the internet. Don't give them your age. Don't tell them where you live. There's people in chat rooms that are like gonna abduct you and stuff like that. And I was just always taught that in the 90s, and it seems like that's fallen by the wayside. You know, everybody wants to be on social media saying, this is where I live, this is how old I am, here's my social number, and everything like that. And I've always found that very strange. Like, if I was in another person's chat, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, this is my exact age, this is exactly where I live. But I guess it just doesn't matter anymore, because like everybody has a cell phone, everyone's on the internet. Times have changed, huh? It's a strange thing seeing where the internet has gone in these days. I saw that super chat. I will get to you in a second. All right, come on. There we go. Got it. Okay, so we got $5 from Avalanche Reviews, another YouTuber who does excellent survival horror video game videos, among other things. Avalanche Reviews says, just downloaded the Hana no Asukagumi motion picture from 1988. Seems interesting as hell, like a more dark version of the show. Yeah, I was contemplating doing a video on that. I mentioned it briefly in the Hana no Asukagumi retrospective, but in 1988, Toho, the company very well known for giving YouTubers copyright strikes on YouTube, which is part of the reason I haven't done a video on it, did a gritty alternate reality universe story for Hana no Asukagumi, where like the evil schoolgirl Hibari-sama is an adult, and she's like a chain smoker who has like a hole in her throat. And has a voice box. It's really, really creepy. It's like a post-apocalyptic Hana no Asukagumi that they did. And it does tie into the TV series. In that video, I said that there's like a promotional episode where a Terminator from the bad timeline from the future like goes back in time to get rid of Asuka before she's able to save Japan from like this evil post-apocalyptic future that's brought on by teenage schoolgirl gangs, apparently. And in that one, she doesn't even have a coin. She has like a gun in that series. So they were like, yeah, it's the same character, except instead of fighting with a coin, she fights with a gun. And they just made everything really gritty and violent. And you know, they got that song, you know, Can't Get No Satisfaction or whatever, as the main theme song to it, and it was a big thing at the time. And I would like to do a full review on it, but one, I've already done like 2 Hana no Asukagumi videos, and people are probably already really tired of that by now. The Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance video is probably already pushing it. I think you guys want to see more anime out of me. But if you guys ever get tired of hearing about delinquent schoolgirls, yeah, why not? I would love to do a YouTube video on the Hana no Asukagumi 1988 Toho film. I'm not sure if I could, just because, like, for some reason, Toho, you know, they don't like people discussing any of their stuff online. But if they let up on that, and I'm allowed to use like 3 or 4 second clips to illustrate a review, as is the thing that you're supposed to be allowed to do on YouTube, then yeah, I'll cover it. It's a pretty good movie. It's very, very, very gritty and very, very strange. There's a 2007 movie, and I've already discussed this already, called Hana no Asukagumi Neo. And it's just basically like a remake. I think the reason that it was made was the daughter of the author of the manga like had just turned 18 or something like that. So, you know, they were like, hey, you know what? Let's bring back Hana no Asukagumi, and we'll have her as the main actor in the film. And it's very low budget. It's not very good. It's kind of like that movie Yo-Yo Girl Cop, you know, where they tried to reboot Sukeban Deka, and it just does not have a lot of money behind it. It's as a B movie, sure, fine. If you're into the series, definitely watch it, because, you know, if you're a fan of the series, you get as much Hana no Asukagumi as you can get, because there ain't a lot of it. But as a standalone film, I really couldn't imagine regular, normal people who aren't into this, you know, delinquent schoolgirl expanded universe getting much out of it. But yeah, if you like Hana no Asukagumi, maybe check it out. Thank you very much for the $5, my dude. Okay, Robeeb donated $5 through Super Chat, says, paying attention to chat, Kenny, I would say that most of us care less for the topic and more for your presentation. It's you, then the anime. Well, you know, ideally, if you want to do well on YouTube, at least I think, people are supposed to be there for you. You know, if people are there for you because they like what you have to say and you're entertaining and, you know, it's at the end of the day, like, my videos are entertainment. Yes, I am cataloging lost media and things that have fallen by the wayside. But at the end of the day, I would say most people watch my videos because, you know, they're interesting and they're fun to listen to, right? And if a video is not entertaining, well, why would you watch it in the first place? It doesn't matter what it's about. So, you know, it's good that you're saying that, because that's generally the mark of a pretty decent YouTube channel. You know, I try to be as humble as I possibly can, but, you know, I got a little bit of optimism that I'm doing pretty decent. I'll see as much as I can improve in the future, but, you know, seems like you guys like me, so I'll stick around for as long as I can. God, this one TV is so hard to get. Got it. Okay, what else we got here? Just stay awesome, that's all, from Probable Cause. Donated $5 through Super Chat. I will keep trying to stay as awesome as I possibly can. You know, I could talk about modern anime, but one, I'm probably gonna get copyright striked for that. I don't know if you guys have been following me on Twitter, but part of the reason why it took so long for me to upload a new video is YouTube. I got a copyright strike for an Overlord review. The one modern anime that I ever reviewed, ever, on my whole entire channel, from 2015, that I unlisted. Literally nobody could see it. Nobody knew the video was there. But for some reason, I got a copyright strike on an Overlord review from 2015, 6 years after I made the video. So, part of the reason why I haven't been uploading is I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to stream for the past, I would say like a month or so. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to be seeing any modern anime reviews from me anytime soon, even if I wanted to. Because it's just the environment. You're not allowed to talk about modern anime on YouTube. I don't know how the other channels do it, to be honest. Because you type anime into YouTube, like half of the search results are like, watch all of My Hero Academia as a 4-hour video, all edited into one video. I don't know how they do it. But apparently that's okay. You can have like a 4 to 6 hour video of every episode of Overlord is on YouTube. You can do that. But you wanna review it with like 4 or 5 second clips. Nope. Yeah, get a copyright strike for that. I don't know. Maybe somebody doesn't like me or something. It's hard to say. But to answer your question, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be doing those modern anime reviews anytime soon. Which is a shame because there are a couple of modern anime I would not mind talking about. You know, it's not my expertise. You know, I don't know Made in Abyss from a hole in the ground, but you know, I would not mind talking about some modern anime at some point. But you know, the platform just kind of doesn't allow for it. And to be honest, you know, I know more about older anime anyway in the first place, so you know, it's like stick to what you know. The videos probably would not be as good. Okay, hold on. The physics in this level are all watery and wonky. There we go. Go a little bit up here. Paying attention to chat, Kenny. Okay, so I have caught up, I believe, officially with the super chats. My God, you guys love donating. Okay, go up here. You guys can't feel this, but like the underwater level has this delayed jumping to it, which is very hard to convey in a YouTube stream. Just so you know, like this area here is kind of hard to navigate. Wait, can I go left here or no? Okay, go left. Another TV. This is what TVs used to look like. They called them tube televisions because they were cathode ray tubes in the before times. Okay. Man, this level just keeps on going. How vertical is this thing? I'm gonna run out of time getting to the top of this. Yeah, because here's the thing, like, when you look at that thing right above here, this rotating thing, that's what I think of when I think of a TV. You know, I don't think these flat panels, like the modern TVs, they don't have the uniformity. Well, I guess they have too much uniformity. They don't have that same aesthetic. You know, they'll probably be recording and broadcasting TV on like, you know, like just onto your wallpaper on your wall in the future. I mean, how much thinner could they make these things now? It's good though. You don't generally want to be carrying around a 400-pound television. You know, you don't want to have to move around those color TVs. But you know, I do have a nostalgia for them. Hey, you know, I'm playing on a tube TV right now in the first place, so that tells you how much I love them. There's this channel on YouTube called Retro Tech that does restorations on old CRT televisions, and it's amazing the lengths that guy has to go through in order to get a Trinitron up and running. I would say there's probably maybe 5-10 people tops that are still servicing old tube TVs in the modern day, which is a shame because they really do lend themselves to things like VHS very, very well. You know, if you're not watching VHS tapes on a tube television, I feel like you're doing it wrong, you know? Okay, what? Ah, okay. Maybe I'm supposed to be fighting it over here? How am I supposed to fight this thing? I don't know where it is. Okay, maybe I should just run around like an idiot. Maybe that's the key to beating this boss. Okay, there we go. Come on. Okay, now go back. Ah. I should have stayed to my plan of just randomly hitting it every time it went by. Alright, there we go. So you know what's weird is it goes faster in one direction than it goes in the other, which is really screwing me up here. Alright, come on. Okay. There we go, come on. You just kind of have to hack away at this, apparently. See, look, because I can't get close enough to it in order to... Ah! There we go. Okay, go back left again. I'm cheesing this boss, but... You know, whatever works. This is how you used to have to beat video games. You would have to cheat with some sort of cheat book or something. What happened? Did it disappear? Did I beat it? Oh man, it turned into a bear. Okay. So, that's new. Ugh, come on. Huh. So it's a bear now. Okay. How am I supposed to fight this thing? Okay, come on. Oh, okay. I think I figured it out. I just need to wait for it to go by or something. Whoop. Got it. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and read some more super chats. For the love of the game, donate $5. Says, how you feel about Demon Slayer outperforming the entire American comic book industry? Oh, sir, Vector Man sucks. Play Zero Wing. How dare you? Vector Man is one of the best video games of all time. How do you not like this? By the way, let me go ahead and fix some of the visuals here, because I can go ahead and do this. Let's go to extra features, and let's see. And there we go. Now the backgrounds look the way that they're supposed to. But yeah, why would I play Vector Man? Vector Man is awesome. Look at these graphics. It looks exactly like Donkey Kong Country. What's not to like? But what did I think about that? I think Tomino, like the one, you know, the Tomino, Gundam Tomino, he said something about that, and he said Demon Slayer, he said like its popularity and its sales are like a matter of circumstance. He basically said the only reason that a show or a movie like Demon Slayer would do as well as it did is because of like the pandemic and nobody has any other anime to watch. Which is, I don't know, it might be true. I've never seen Demon Slayer. It could be one of the best anime of all time, for all I know. But he seemed really salty about it. He was like, you know, something like Demon Slayer would never have done as well as it did, like even 5 years ago, is what he said. And he said the fact that it's done so well is a complete fluke, and it's a matter of circumstance, is what he said. Which, I don't know, I've never even seen Demon Slayer, so it probably just has a lot of broad appeal. You know, people want to see an anime movie, and when they're not, and, you know, Demon Slayer is out, the comics are everywhere, so you may as well. It's kind of like, maybe it's a marketing thing or something like that. To answer your question, I don't know. For all I know, Demon Slayer is actually really good, and it's well deserving of its incredibly high sales. But that's what Tomino said. He said it was a matter of circumstance. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Can I actually defeat this thing? Does that do damage? I got a feeling. Yeah, alright. There's no way to do damage. Ah, I got hit. Let's see. Play Vector Man 2 so you can get hit by the paint bug and get a fancy new paint job. Yeah, I'm not feeling Vector Man. It's a good game, but I'm just not feeling this. Let me see if I got something else I could pop up here. Yeah, why not? Just gonna try a bunch of stuff. I'm winding down anyway, so I might as well just try some random anime-looking stuff these days. Tomino giving hot takes on mainstream series is funny as hell. Yeah, Tomino's a funny dude. He's brutally honest about a lot of his stuff. You ever had a comfort anime, Kenny? Like something you watch when you're having a bad day or you're sick? Kino's Journey. And I know that's a weird answer since that's a very philosophical, slow, methodical anime, but it helps me re-examine my life a little bit. I do prefer JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and MHA Binge the Later. Telenet, Japan. Hold on, I can fix the visuals here. Let's see, video. Let's see, extra features. Let's turn this off. And hell, let's see what scan lines look like here. Let's see if is that too dark? Does that look proper? Yeah, that's too dark for a YouTube stream. Let's see, video. I want scan lines, but it just makes the video way, way too dark on a stream. I don't know why. Okay, let me catch up here. Okay, so I'm all caught up with Super Chats. Back to Valis, the phantasmical girl. Is the Michael Bay Transformers movie the most successful live-action adaptation of an anime? I don't know. That's an excellent question. Oof, the first Valis is kind of rough. I don't know if you've played this one, but it is not exactly the best game in the series. Let's see, play some... well, I need a 6-button controller for Ranger X. I'd like to, but I don't have what I need for it. There we go, now I got the power up at least. Now I can actually defeat enemies. Okay, MP. Better than SD Valis. That's a really expensive game now, isn't it? Isn't that like something like $400? Am I wrong? I feel like every video game on the Sega Genesis is $400 now. That's just my go-to guess. Like, oh, hey, is it some shooter? Yeah, $400. Is it some platformer that only a couple of people like? $400. Retro video game prices have just kind of gone nuts over the years. I understand it, though. These are some good games. Let's see. That was what got me into it. Look at her go. Look at her go. Old video game prices are stupid now. Yeah, it sucks. You used to be able to pick up old Nintendo games for $5 to $10, and now they're treating them like comic books. So they're like, oh, you've got a PGA graded Super Mario Brothers 2 with a torn label, $70. It is what it is. I just hope I hope anime prices, like VHS tapes, don't end up going in that direction. Because, you know, then you won't even be able to get a copy of Akira or Ghost in the Shell for, like, under $20. Which would be a shame. I hope that never happens, but you never know. I mean, all that stuff is probably going to go up in price eventually. You know, it's just the nature of reality. The more years go by, the less copies of VHS tapes you're going to have. And even if you can't play them, which they're very rapidly getting to that level where they're becoming so dark that you can barely see them, even at that point, you know, people are probably going to still have them just for the box art, you know what I mean? Just to say that they have it, you know, they look nice on a bookshelf. Really, that's all something needs to be a collector's item, is it has to look decent on a bookshelf. I love that I can't pick this up. That's fantastic. Awesome. It's gone crazy expensive. Yes, it has. Everything has. Like I was talking about canned food. You know, I was looking at cans of sardines used to be like 86 cents, and now at my local Walmart they're like 92 cents. Like, that's not good. It's getting close to being under a buck for a can of sardines. You know, things are getting bad. Ah, I missed it. It's almost 4 a.m. here, so just came to say hello. Yeah, I'm gonna be probably wrapping it up soon myself, to be honest. I'll try and do these more often, you know, mostly because I'll probably be doing more videos a lot more frequently in the future. So, you know, at least maybe once every Saturday or once every Friday, regardless of what I put out. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to try and make this a little bit more of a habit, let's put it that way. Only slept for a few hours. How do you go to anime to sardines? We were talking about how retro video game prices have gone up in price. And then I was saying everything has gone up in price. And I said, can of sardines at Walmart used to be 88 cents. And now it's like 92 cents. You know, everything went up in price. Okay, am I getting damaged here from this jumping? Yeah, I am, but I can't... Ah. I don't know how you're supposed to dodge these attacks. Look, I feel like I'm playing Toki again all of a sudden. See, like, how are you supposed to time that? There's no indication for when I'm supposed to jump there. Okay, this is stupid. Valis is not... The very first Valis, not a particularly good game. Okay, come on. Ah. Yeah. That's great. Fantastic video game. Use your magic. I don't know how. I don't know how. Hold on a second. See, like, I have this, look, this area here where it says MP, but I don't have any magic. Maybe it's because I died? Maybe I'm supposed to press a different button? I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna end this here. As far as what the next video is going to be, it might be Lost Media. It might be like a wrap-up sort of thing where I'm going to talk about some Lost Media that's been found recently, just like a general update sort of thing. As far as future videos, I'm probably not going to do any more Delinquent Schoolgirl stuff for a while. I kind of got burned out on that. But, yeah, back to the anime. What can I say? Julian says, thanks, Kenny. Good to see you. Good night. KK, Goku-san at my place. Hope you give Valis another try sometime. I probably just don't know how to play it. You know, it's clearly an okay game. I just don't really know the controls. Let's see. Jerry Larson says, see ya. Okay. Well, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much for being there. And you're going to be seeing more from me in the future. So take care and have a wonderful day.